now jumping through the shop. You're jumping through the store. This is a place of business. This isn't a jungle gym.
I'm a cat. What do you expect?
I expect professionalism.
Don't go in
the
back
damned,
spices.
yes, the damned ads. I fucking wait. Did it add? I swear to God, I fucking hate the ads. I'm sorry about that, Tenno Fox. But welcome to Hot Takes. I have some guests here. Eero in a nutshell, Ray, the coffee cat, and AI, the AI raccoon.
Hey.
You can move on screen, by the way.
Yep.
Nope.
Eero, what happened to your legs? What happened to your legs? Did someone go Anakin Skywalker on you?
Yes.
You can grow, by the way. You could be tall.
I can be grown for you.
You could be I don't want to go into that question right then. Hello, Honey Bunny. Hello, Tinoflex. Hello, everyone who visits the store. I hope everyone's having some great times, because we're gonna ask about those great times that happened throughout the week. But first, who are you, AI? How did you get here? And who the hell are you? What you do?
Yeah. So, I'm Ai the Raccoon. I'm a raccoon VTuber, and not a whole lot. I started VTubing and that sort of thing because I just find it an interesting way of.
Was it a fuck it moment? Was it just a screw it, I'm gonna do it moment?
Oh, yeah. I made my model in a 3-day free.
Wow. I have a question. How new are you to this?
I've been messing around with the model and streaming on occasion ever since June of 2022.
What?
Yeah.
So you started the same time I did, actually. Wow. What the hell? Nice. Totally wasn't me, Anakin, him. Did you cut off Arrow's legs? Is that what happened? Eero, did he cut off your legs?
I don't know. I cannot say that, otherwise he's going to cut my arms.
Oh my gosh. Well, Eero, who are you? How did you get here? And what the hell did you do?
I'm Arrow. It's not Aaron. It's not heroin. It's not Errol. It's not Nutella.
I wouldn't have used
Everyone calls me all these names and never Arrow. I'm Arrow.
True. If using a Gundam would probably be better. Sorry.
I'm the host of Collab Betray, a VTuber show that I bring people there and they get to know each other. There's a few plot twists, but the main focus is for people to know each other. It's on currently on a hiatus, but it's going to return pretty soon.
Nice. So. I can't wait to see that. Ray, who are you? What'd you do? And how did you get in here? All right. Did you bring in competition like last time?
But hey, I always get. Thank you. So, but yeah, my name's Ray, or Coffee Cat. Survived transitioning a black hole, got thrown back in time, and woke up on the internet. So, don't ask me how that worked. I'm just glad to be alive.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I was the guest once before. And I decided I wanted to come back, though I don't recommend my method of traversal. I went to the first boss on the bridge in Elden Ring and did a backflip off the bridge. So, and then I woke up here.
So you were just like, screw this, I'm going out my way. Yup.
Well, funny story. I was actually trying to dodge getting hit by the giant freaking hammer he had, and next thing I know, I kind of lost my thing.
You know, let's not get into Elden Ring. What the? Ray, what happened to you? What happened to you?
Good. I'm still alive.
Oh, no. Oh, that's what happened.
What happened?
No, Observer. He told me what happened. Apparently his internet is dead.
Internet.
That doesn't explain what happened to me, though.
Did you use the mouse wheel of your mouse?
Singing to the dragon and goblin again. What? Observer. Oh shit.
There he is.
Welcome.
Damn, sexy boy.
I thought your internet died.
Do you come here often?
Returned because I couldn't really write because it returned.
Oh, sweet, nice. I thought you said your internet died.
it died. That's why I was not here.
Oh,
It's
that
been
makes
dead for the last like an hour, several hours, I think. So.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
dang.
Shit.
Hi, Daddy.
Oh god, this just got weirder. Let's go to the Ray.
always gonna
Send
be
me
like
your
that.
send me
Always
the
gonna
video
be like
ninja
that.
thing again, and I'll re-implement it. Maybe that'll fix it. I don't know.
Yeah,
gosh.
that's weird. I'll put it.
Right.
I'll put it in the chat.
Everything just went to hell.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
Computers just have a knack for coming in at the worst moment.
Yeah, I know. But we have some good topics to talk about today. Lots about art. I'm gonna give you that forefront. It's a lot about art. Because a lot of things happen to artists recently, especially VTuber artists. And I'm pretty sure Observer knows what I'm talking about since he keeps in the same loop as I do, since he's the co-host. Which, everyone, say hello to the co-host.
Yes, hello to the co-host.
Hello.
Yes.
So far, what exactly have we? I think you streamed for 6 minutes, so I'm like not really exactly.
It's total of 9. So you can go 9, 9, 9, 9, and it'd be accurate. But let's go to the booth and everything.
Yes.
Okay, Ray is still dead. What the hell? If it comes down to it, just send me your PNG.
I think I saw Roy like going very miney. I think he probably used the mouse wheel and
I don't
disappeared like that.
I don't know, because it looked like the entire screen glitched out and then he just exploded. Oh god.
Did Thanos
let me
snap?
read that one.
Okay. Did you send it? Because I don't think you have. Wait, there. No, it's just the going live thing. Just try and redo
Yep.
it, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do.
Technical difficulties, everybody. You gotta love streaming, right?
Well, worst case scenario, you can always use the reactive.
I know, this is the worst case scenario. It's just annoying.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
Welcome
in
to
the
the
Legion of
server.
Doom!
he didn't talk yet.
Observer, how are you? Oh yeah, Observer, how are you? Who do you get here? And all this stuff. That's why
Well,
I do not stream.
I work here
Oh yeah.
as a co-host.
There might be first
so I'm just,
timers
like,
here though.
Yeah,
For the first
I work
timers
I'm a
here,
co-host.
how did you get here?
Yes, okay. I'm Observer, variety streamer. Occasionally come on here as a co-host for this particular show.
Mhm.
Well, occasionally meaning every week.
Basically.
Yeah, and I am. I'm basically in the process of kind of defining myself right now. But like, I'll be doing a lot of ASMR stuff, a lot of RPGs, rhythm games, all that stuff. I got a whole new setup thing going on for me, so I'm definitely good.
Oh, there you are. Give me. I just gotta shrink your thing. It's kind of too long, if that makes any sense.
It's still.
Hello, Ray.
There.
Hello, Ray.
Hello,
welcome.
I'm back. I guess the black hole got me back, so I don't know.
You can move to the side a bit. Okay.
Eh,
Good evening, John. How are you?
there we are.
How's everybody? And yes, that's why I don't stream unless you count the occasional live on TikTok stuff.
You don't want to join us in the fun of technical difficulties?
Oh god, I saw a mosquito and slapped it. Oh gosh. This is a fun day so far. Let's get on to the first topic so I don't lose my head. Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna start losing my mind about this. Oh gosh. And let's see, the first topic of the night is actually about Zion being fired from, I think it was Nichi Sanji, or like, yeah, Nichi Sanji.
Yeah, I figured as much. That will be our topic, at least one of our topics today.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
expecting something like that. So.
Yep.
And I'm
The
glad I did
first
my
topic.
homework.
Good. Because yes, she has been fully fired. She's no longer on hiatus. She's no longer doing this, that, the other. She is gone. And now my question to you guys, do you think it was justified?
Yep.
Yep.
This is the
Yeah.
Go ahead.
just to open up, I think this situation, it's completely different from what was before in a situation, let's say Yugo,
Yes.
or with other graduations recently.
Mhm.
What happened is, I think Zion, and I know her previous personality too, because reasons.
Oh shit,
That-
Halo's gone. No, just keep talking, I got it.
Yeah, Zion is. I don't think she really understood what it means to be a corporate VTuber in a way that it need to be. It's a whole different beast. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want if you're an indie, right?
Yeah.
You can play copyright music because it's you who deals with copyright. You can play whatever games you want because who the fuck cares? You can do whatever you want. Like you can pirate them, nobody will know, right? And right? Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as an independent VTuber, you kind of have
You
more
can do whatever you
freedom.
want. Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
As the bigger companies, you kind of had to stick to certain rules, and I heard she even did some piracy of video games in order to play them, which
Not only is the bigger company very particular about how they do things. They need to be they're very particular. Not only that, the problem is they are a Japanese company that follow Japanese laws. And whenever games are pirated,
I see
whenever
it.
games
I see
are
it. Trying to make it better.
yeah, whatever games are pirated, whenever games are not exactly acquired correctly, and whenever there's no permission given by the official creator of the given game to stream it, they have different copyright laws. So effectively, she was endangering the entire corporation by doing this.
There it is.
They could have easily filed suits. They could easily filed copyright checks. They easily prohibited distribution of games of the entire series to Nijisanji if they wanted to. That's basically how it is. Plus, I think her main problem was insubordination.
Yeah, insubordination, not following the rules and all that stuff. But no, I feel like it was fully justified, and apparently now I have googly eyes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Either way, yeah.
Googly eyes.
I think what I did not like about the situation is that all these people on the fucking Twitter sat there jealous fucking assholes they are and said it's good that she's got so good. We're so happy about it. And I'm like, oh, good job for you. Good for you. Good for you.
I don't know why
You're never-
anyone would complain.
You're never gonna get into Nijisanji, you fucker. But good for you. That's
Why? What?
no. It's like me to Twitter people. Basically, who sat there and celebrated the fact that she got fired. Good job.
I don't think you need to celebrate her firing. You know, you don't need to celebrate her firing, but she definitely did deserve it. You know, there's no reason she didn't deserve it. She did deserve
it's a disappointment. It's a disappointment first and foremost because she had a fan base. She had a potential. She
did. She had a lot of potential.
Every member of Zalael or whatever you call it, they went out with statements that basically indicated that they literally tried their damnedest to help her adjust to the situation, but it seems like she was too stubborn for it. And people try to say oh, maybe Nijisanji told them to do this, but no, I don't think so. I mean, they allowed Nijisanji members to speak freely about Yugo too. We fought for him. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right? It's just there's just a lot of mental gymnastics involved that I don't really enjoy around
Honestly,
the situation.
I feel like it was just. I was a just firing, and then people on Twitter got mad. But what do you guys think? What do you think, Ray?
Not that they got mad, is that they got happy over it, which is not good.
That too. But what do you think, AI? You haven't said anything.
Oh,
so far?
yeah. For me, it's an interesting situation, just as someone who actually used to work on a magazine and had to deal with a firing before.
Oh. You
Yeah.
guys have special insights then, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it's the situation, the firing is completely justified, but there's a point of conversation about what about corporations and how the different settings require different things, and it's something that people don't seem to recognize is that there is something to be taken from the situation to learn or because it is complicated with between the changes from the different environments, but there's still some moral points to where we shouldn't be celebrating it, but we should take the situation into account and reflect on what
Take it as a learning experience.
Yeah.
Got it.
One
got
thing
it.
I have to say is that what surprised me the most is that she was officially suspended for the first time in January.
Mhm.
So, considering things, she didn't even make a month. That is like a record.
It's honestly
I don't
impressive.
think I ever. I have not seen any corporation VTuber, like any
I haven't seen anyone
whatsoever.
fuck up that bad ever. Honestly, it's honestly impressive. Like I gotta give her props. She got fired fast.
Yeah, go on a speed, and that's fine, right? Nijisanji is pretty lenient. I watched them for the last 5 years or so since their existence. Okay, 6 years since they started existing. And I watched them do like various really interesting things, right? That separately, I think they might have gotten like a little reprimand, but those wacky things, like, okay, so for example, Tsukinomita, she did like a bunch of really shitposty things.
Yes.
Like she did, but it was spaced out. It was spaced out across other content. She was threw it in. She like attracted attention. She did everything within the guidelines, but she did like still express herself in a way that I would say is very wacky. And honestly, if people on Twitter understood what the fuck Nijisanji's GP talents are saying, sometimes they would have a meltdown.
I think on Twitter has a meltdown about everything recently.
Oh yeah, ain't that the truth? Oh
Right?
my god.
God, Twitter has just been on a rampage. I'm pretty sure even you've been seeing some of this stuff, right?
I've seen. I don't even know where to start from because there's always something
honestly,
going on.
Just saying, like, I watched a stream of 3 people, older people. Like, there is a bit of a unit there, and then just 3 of those people sat and discussed a hentai game, a hentai magical girls game, on stream, live on stream. And there were some phrases out of context that I think I can't even fucking say on Twitch for TOS purposes.
What the fuck? Why you're gonna destroy me with the non-TOS stuff, are you? That was your game, to destroy me with the non-TOS stuff.
It's just like
That was your goal.
And I'm quoting this: without grape, it's not as fun.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, just casual conversation about fetishes of everything.
You know what?
In the middle of it all.
I
I'm
think
just
it's time we go on to the next
No.
topic.
I'm just saying this. I'm just saying this in context. I'm not gonna say anything.
I know.
In context that whatever people think, like people on Twitter think she was fired for these jokes, for these jokes. Oh, so bad jokes. But then I laugh at this because I look at Nijisanji Japan and see what the fuck they are getting away with. Spank the lolly live on stream, and I'm like, no, it wasn't the jokes. It was not the jokes.
That's perfect. Keep doing
Not the jokes.
My god.
Perfect.
I think part of it has to do with the different cultures, and because that cultural play does make a big influence because like the Ichisanji En tends to have more Western viewers, which has a very different standards than like Japan. So.
Gosh, honestly, yeah. But
Yeah.
I think we should go to the next topic because it's actually a very interesting one. If you guys want to know about it. But yes, we're going to the next topic. The next topic is actually about... Does anyone... I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of this. But there was this small-ish VTuber, has like 1,000 followers on Twitter and everything like that. Well, she signed up for this lewd art competition and she won. She got the lewd art of herself. But then she got mad at the artist because she forgot she signed up for it and decided to berate him throughout the entirety of Twitter.
I'm not sure whether I'm not sure you're speaking about who you're speaking of. She has 33,000 followers on Twitter.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been following her since she was kind of a smaller VTuber, like actually around 1,000, and I gotta admit, as someone who actually following her Twitter stuff pretty closely, that came out of left field. Like, I was not expecting that kind of a reaction from her.
For me, it seems more like basically, to put it very simply, she seems kind of like wanting the views. Because I don't feel like you signed up for it, you shouldn't be able to get mad at it. I'm sorry, you signed up for it.
The thing is, it's not even about that. Ultimately, I think a lot of artists made a valid point in that if she was so uncomfortable with it, right? She could have just saw oh, what the fuck, the art was posted, right? And instead of vague posting on her Twitter about it, I'm just like, oh, I'm so violated. No, what you go and talk to the artist and say, oh, sorry, dude, I don't remember that I actually entered the competition. Sorry, dude, I didn't know about anything about this. I'm kind of not okay with it. Can you like take this down? And he will say, okay.
Honestly, that would have probably been better. But no, she just made a vague tweet about it, you know?
Yeah, that would be done. And apparently the artist was not even informed about her apparent uncomfortableness until her viewers started harassing him, which is good job.
Wow.
That's the thing. What do you think about that, Eero AI? What do you guys think about it?
So, it's something similar happened to me too.
Really?
But I was way smaller, right? So you know these things that sometimes are trending, like give me your PNGs and I give you like the character that you'll be in my anime or something like that.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of those. I kind of wanted to do one, but I never did.
Yeah, so I gave it a chance only one time, and people like posted their stuff without really commenting on it, just PNGs. So I took liberty and I went like, oh, I'm going to put this as a love interest, I'm going to put this as the villain, blah 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 blah. Guess what? I put someone that was lesbian on the love interest of the main character that was a male.
Okay.
And I didn't know that. And they went crazy. Why is my lesbian ass there as a love interest for the guy? And I'm like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh, why? But thank you, Diana, for shutting everyone up. Please go follow them, everybody. Please, they do deserve it. They all do deserve it.
Yeah, I just really kind of. It's really weird for me that people on the VTuber side always assume the worst. Like, genuinely, they do. Like, whenever something happens, the worst possible explanation to the situation occurs. Not the, oh, I did not know, you can just correct me. Not the, oh, whatever, I wasn't paying attention. Or not the, oh, maybe I'm just not around and could not respond, right? Just like all these various questions and all these various things that should have a clear answer. In their mind, it's the worst possible shit. It's like, okay, maybe...
Hit my dick.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But I think they do it on purpose. Let's be honest. Some people. It might. It's going to be a hot take. So.
It's no.
If I are someone, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Some people just want interactions, and the best way to get interaction is drama. Let's be honest.
Wow, that is a hot take. Damn.
I mean, that's not wrong.
It's not incorrect. You know what? I this is my hot take. If you sign up for anything and even forget about it and hate the result of it, I'm sorry, you void your right to complain about literally anything. And if you do complain, you're a schmuck.
Well, what really kind of screwed her case, like she made a believable argument until the receipts came out. Like these are the tweets that were made. So it was still like, okay, the tweets are kind of undeniable.
Yeah, and what's your take on this? You've been kind of silent.
So it's interesting because like with the whole assuming the worst thing, I feel like part of that comes from the fact that recently we've just been getting a lot of constant negative, and that kind of just trains the brain to assume things.
Yes.
So just from that end, and
no, you go on.
Yeah, and I feel like just as someone who's done art and stuff, it's something where just discussion is something that's more productive than just us outright saying something, because there is points, but it's important to understand both sides before doing any action.
Oh yeah, there's a point to listen to both sides, but it's, how do I put it? It's like when you sign up for something, you know what's gonna happen. But say it goes on for a while and you forget, I don't feel like you get the right to complain afterwards. Or if you do complain, at least
Oh no,
go
but
talk
they
to the
can
person.
forget, and they cannot pay attention, but you cannot. You need to know everything about that person.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like
Yeah.
what I mean at that point is like for the person for the audience, to the people who are watching it go down, take that moment because when someone purposely incites fans or something like that, it can quickly spiral out of control, and we just automatically latch to the person that we're most familiar to.
Yep. Like the bigger one gets the most views, so the bigger one has more people believing them.
I think the thing is, my psychological take on the situation with the worst possible option is not only that there's people who receive a lot of negativity, it's not only that, it's also because the large portion of mentality on the internet, especially in the Twitter's circles, it has been for the past years kind of shifting towards on the West. On the East, on the Japanese side, nobody gives a shit. On the West, I will actually say you a neat little fact I learned about Japanese Twitter, but never mind. In a moment. On the Western side, a lot of people who are on Twitter and they do not value the deeper relationship one can have with other person. By that I mean, or at least they don't really know how to make it, and that people really prefer easier paths. People prefer to be in an echo chamber, right? People prefer to surround themselves with people who agree with them like 100%. It became like even super much easier on the internet. When the internet grows, Twitter grows, lots of people, thousands, hundreds of millions, hundreds of thousands of people. You can find all the people who can agree with you like perfectly, right? Or at least pretend to agree with you perfectly.
It describes Twitter in a nutshell being an echo chamber too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The filter.
No, continue. I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah. The filter bubble effect is actually pretty interesting because it just has influenced so much of our social media and how we consume media.
I think so too. And honestly, you know what I think, and you know what I think we need? I think we need people to literally be forced out of their bubbles, out of their comfort zones, and listen to other opinions they may find despisable.
That is
So they
that
will
is the
actually.
thing.
Requires too much
God,
word
yes.
sellings.
It's
That
so
is the
much
thing.
work, because
That is the thing.
Sorry,
I
say
think
that.
I'm gonna finish my thought. Yeah, I'm gonna finish my thought in a moment. Feel free to finish yours.
So, what I'm meaning is everyone's such in their little bubbles to where the fact of they don't really. I don't think everyone's in this, but like there's a lot of people that just love hearing the things they believe and getting reinforced that they believe what are right, you know?
Yeah, confirmation bias.
Yeah.
Confirmation
Confirmation bias.
bias. And it's I feel like confirmation bias in a way is a little bit addictive. Think about it. If you believe something and next thing you know everyone else around you is believing the same thing, you can't be wrong ever, right? Thus you must see yourself as a good person.
I
My
mean,
It's
problem
not
is-
about even being wrong. If you have a different opinion, for them it's already bad enough.
That's the problem. That's the problem. When everyone sees
I-
their opinions as the right opinion, the one time someone disagrees with someone one thing, oh my gosh, they must be evil, you know? That's what I
Ray
mean.
wants to talk, I think.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, case in point, look at the Hogwarts Legacy thing. I
No,
mean,
no, let's not bring that back up. We did that for like
gosh,
3
that's-
weeks.
like just, no, not the whole thing, but just the reaction that was
Dude,
that vitriolic reaction. That's case in
Yes,
point. Just how
yes.
polarized some things can be.
I'm getting
And-
PTSD, dude. PTSD.
Yeah, and the thing is also flowing from that, people again, as I know mentioned, they don't value those deeper relationships, and the deeper relationships we build must be established on the basis of clashing personalities, because objectively you don't really have anything to learn or anything to get from a person who perfectly agrees with everything. Like, look at your best friends, right, in your life. Just try to imagine any person who like you perfectly agree on everything. You don't have anything you disagree on. You don't have anything you fucking bitch at each other about. Nothing, right? It's just like some best friends I know don't even have anything, like any opinion that they can like 100% agree on, right? And they
Yes,
still are best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need yes men in your life. Those are not friends. Those are not genuine friends. They will never. Yeah, they will never literally. They will never go and stand up for you. They will never go and do anything. They will turn on you in a minute if you. That those echo chambers provide only yes men. They do not provide friends. They do not provide connections. And people started, I think, to dissociate the connection created by the yes man, which is very fragile, almost non-existent.
Yes men are just a bit of a problem no matter where you go. Right.
Yeah, they started to dissociate
chips as
that.
well.
That too. Wait, what do you mean, Arrow?
Chips that follow wherever the crowd is.
Oh, that's
The popular idea
It's
who's
crowd mentality,
what their
basically.
ideas is.
Yeah, crowd mentality. Also cheap.
sheeps. I thought you said ships.
I
I'm
mean,
just gonna go in
I probably did. It's my accent.
It didn't. I thought you said ships. I'm just gonna.
I meant the animal thing.
I'm going in the corner. I messed up. I'm going in the corner.
But yeah, it's just so sad because I noticed even like my example, I haven't like really collided with anyone because everyone like I don't think I have had a genuine argument with anyone, because whenever I speak about something, nobody even speaks up, and I'm like, okay, this is boring. Right?
Yeah, no.
And even if people start complaining about something to you, you are just like, fair enough. You don't really care. Just let them be.
That's why I try to get as many different opinions as possible when I come to these things. Like, I get people who disagree, people who do agree, all that stuff like that. Like, I got Observer and Sarah Hyde in one thing for the whole Hogwarts Legacy thing. That was interesting. That was interesting. Oh, gosh. But no, honestly, I just feel like the entirety of it is just... I feel like if you sign up for something, you should not really be surprised about the outcome, and if you are surprised, you don't get the right to bitch. And for everyone who's thinking they're morally justified of just being in an echo chamber, I don't feel like you are. I feel like you should listen to everyone else, you know? Mostly
You want another hot take about that, Silings?
What's your hot take? I'm very curious.
Look at Collaborate. People sign up and then complain about what happened because they lost or something.
Oh my god.
And then like, you guys
it's a
know
competition.
that you are going to get eliminated. You guys,
like- I
when
feel
you
like,
apply to the forum, there is literally one
Western-
question that, are you okay at being eliminated? And they are like, yeah, I'm completely okay, that's part of the game. And then, oh my god, they got eliminated, people are on to me.
Oh my god. I mean, I got eliminated.
Honestly,
Yeah.
genuinely speaking, it's like
I know yours dead.
and that has been like a growing issue, I think, on the West of all of the cases, is that a lot of people really want the participation prize. Like, oh, I did it. I came here. I stood up from my fucking ass, and I came here. That's the same thing happening in Elden Ring. Well, when Elden Ring became popular, a lot of fucking children, mental children, went on that game and expect that it will have like, the baby mode, so they can go and kill everything. The baby mode, and I'm like, no,
I've
the
never
baby.
seen an article about that. Apparently,
Yeah.
someone
Oh
is saying
my
like, games like these need easy mode. I'm like,
It does not need an easy. Hey AI, do you have anything to add to this topic? I'm very curious to what you have.
Yeah, it's something that with
Oh wait, shit. Give me a moment.
participation.
We're lagging. Give me a moment. Oh shit. What the hell's going on?
It's a regular occurrence here. Don't worry about it. Let's just continue.
Occurrence. I don't know why it's doing it. Why?
You can talk AI.
Try
yeah.
now.
Okay, so the participation prize phenomenon, it definitely comes from like the wanting to feel valued, but it doesn't reflect much of what people are going to have to experience throughout their life. So it just feels like at times it's undermining people, and yeah, especially with like video games.
Yeah.
With Elden Ring, the entire Souls franchise is known and based off that difficulty.
It is.
Yeah. And so it's just like,
Put AI in front of me. My tail keeps hitting her in the face. Okay. I'm sorry. You don't notice these things until you're live, and then you freak out.
Yeah,
It's, oh my
exactly.
gosh.
Siling's tail takes turns in smacking Ray and AI.
It's like moving right behind me, so I'm not really feeling this or the heat off of it. But
Wrong one.
oh god.
Wrong one. Gotta get like 8 people here with shit everywhere.
The
Okay,
tail is now advancing closer to the ass.
It is. I'm slapping people's asses with the tail. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay, that went wrong. Bad shit.
That was too much.
It was.
Too much in the
Okay,
front. We are out of the table now.
That makes more sense. Sweet. I'm sorry, AI. Honestly, I am. Well, AI, continue what you were saying.
Yeah. And like just from someone who's does storytelling and actually does a lot of reading into how video games can utilize difficulty to help tell stories, it feels like it's kind of undermining part of the storytelling that games like Dark Souls can have just because of how difficult it can be.
I mean, I agree. At the same
It's just
time, it's
yeah.
how do I put it? When it comes to Dark Souls, it's its identity. The difficulty is not cheap. It's not overly hard. It's fair. That's the one thing I think everyone forgets. Dark Souls is a game where if you mess up on your own things, you will die. If you don't read the enemy, you will die. You will die to
I
your
think
own
there is no
mistakes.
Souls games that is like easy mode, right?
No, there's no easy
No.
mode in any Souls game.
That's the thing. Maybe people want an action game, like Elden Ring, kinda.
Yeah.
That is RPG and it's easy enough for them
I
to
think
be like casual players and stuff.
No, no.
Yeah, that's
I
like the
think-
old hack and slash, like Dynasty Warriors. That was a
Yeah, but it's
Elden
either
Ring-ish
hack and
type game.
slash and you are very OP or brutal. There is no middle.
I gotta say this.
I mean, no, there's a lot of RPGs where you're strong enough, but you
Oh,
don't you don't get punished too hard.
Yeah.
Uh,
I gotta say this real quick. There is a subset of people, like, honestly, I've noticed this mostly through games journalists being horrible at video games, not gonna lie. I'm sorry, but when you see the guy who did, like, Cuphead and all the Elden Ring reviews...
It's only their
it's an
job
easy
to review
mode,
games. Why would they actually be good at these games?
plus IGN and all that stuff. It's like, games journalism has gone through the shitter because they actually deserve the shit they're getting. You know, it sounds a little harsh, but I gotta say it this way because I'm sorry, but IGN I don't trust with any game reviews, and I don't trust a lot of the freaking creators. Considering the guy who did like Cuphead couldn't get through the tutorial level, it's one of those things of I just don't trust them anymore, and I kind of think they want it to be easier just so they can get the reviews done faster.
After I saw the headline title from this one article from
Oh wait,
Game
shit!
Rant.
I think everything was louder than me. I don't think anyone heard my thing. No. Oh god, why is everything screwing up with me today? Let me fix this real quick. But no, what I was saying is I feel like mostly due to the journalists being not the greatest at video games and generally not being the trustworthiest, I think they just want Dark Souls to be easier so they can just finish their reviews.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't call games journalists. I actually call them urinalists because that's kind of the level of takes they give.
Oh shit!
But
That's a hot take
well,
right there.
oh yeah, but
I like a picture now. Is you
But,
pointing toward a journalist, and next thing you know, you point toward a toilet, and next thing you know, they're the same picture. I'm sorry, AI. I know you're a bit of a journalist major. I'm so sorry.
well,
I'm not.
I'm sorry,
actual
AI.
journalism. Yeah, actual journalism I do appreciate, but the games journalists, like the ones at IGN and Game Rant, I'm sorry, they're not journalists to me. They are definitely urinalists. Call that my hot take for the day. Especially when
it's
they're
not
calling
really,
gamers spineless. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not taking you seriously after that.
Okay, let's.
Okay,
I want to get AI's
I think
opinion
it's
on this.
genuinely people. Yeah, a lot of people. Sorry, one final thing. I also am writing. I'm an editor actually.
Really?
Yeah,
God, you're a therapist and an editor. What the hell aren't you now?
I'm two things. I'm a therapist, mostly an editor on the side.
Okay.
So the thing is, what I was saying. The thing is, when you do journalism, and it is like it's literally in the regulations. When you do journalism, you must not let
An easy delve, yes, that's true, Diane.
your opinions influence the facts presented too much. You can add your flair to it, obviously, to like make it your own personal thing.
Yeah.
But the main reason reporting exists is to deliver the facts, the unfiltered facts. That is how the reporting should function. That is how it should be.
Yeah.
That when you report a fact, it should be a fact. When you review a game, it should be reviewed on its own merits. So when a lot of these journalism companies, video games, are allowed to produce articles like, again, I'm sorry I'm triggering your PTSD, but this is the best example.
Please no.
Hogwarts Legacy.
God
Hogwarts
damn it.
Legacy does not deserve to be reviewed on its own merits. When I see articles like that, I say you do not deserve to be a journalist.
Okay.
Or write in your stupid fucking pathetic blog nobody will read.
Yep.
I wanna
Yeah,
give
or
AI
give me
I
a
wanna-
1 out of 10 and
I
not even
wa-
reviewing the game.
I want to give this
Like-
topic to AI and see what her take is. AI,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah, I have a very negative opinion of game journalism. Just as
Okay.
I don't feel bad enough for my opinion.
oh gosh, it's just like it's so with the people I worked with when
Uh-huh.
I did magazine and stuff, we were all
Really?
there are people that were very passionate about it. They wanted to get an understanding of everything and the events surrounding things, and even if it wasn't their comfort zone, they would talk to people who could provide that understanding. And it feels like with game journalism, they often don't quite do that, and it's just honestly kind of frustrating because it doesn't show the potential that game journalism can have. Because like,
Oh no! Like
I think,
I'm pretty sure everyone would love a good games journalist. Sorry, I have to cut you off.
Mhm. Yeah.
No, I'm
The
sorry.
thing is, when I see a lot of gaming journalism, I see opinion pieces. It's not even good opinion pieces. It's opinion key pieces born out of rumination in their little fucking jerk-off library when they jerk each other off. And it doesn't really. It's almost like the journalist who writes an article. What he did is like he went on Google and say what thing is most popular to hate today.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Hogwarts Legacy. That will bring me clicks. Why is Hogwarts Legacy not popular? Joan Rowling bad. Okay, Joan Rowling bad. Why Joan Rowling bad? Okay, I see. Let me spend like next 2-3 hours typing out an article that I will title "Review of Hogwarts Legacy" and write about how I hate Joan Rowling.
Observer.
I think you're giving a little too much credit to the actual, like, the editor room. I think what they're really doing is just doing a scan of what's popular and then giving it to chat or GPT bot or something. And say, here, write an article about these topics.
Are we going over GPT bot now? Because if we're doing that, I need to go to the next topic. But AI, did you have any
Let me
final
add something.
thoughts?
Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like the game reporting and stuff, it's something that if you don't get someone who's willing to take the time to understand games, you can't get good reporting, and it's something that is clearly lacking in there. And just the taking the big topics, one of the big things for me was I was taught so much was as you take a topic, even if everyone's talking about it, you can still do it, but you have to take in a different opinion, a different approach to discussing the topic. And it feels like with game journalism, they're just they're just redoing the same thing over and over again.
Yep. Copy pasta.
It's so they take someone else's article because they feel like it's the easiest way to do their job. But honestly, do you have anything else, AI? I feel like I keep cutting you off, and I'm sorry about that.
I think with one of the big things that I did a little bit messed around with reporting on games and stuff, but and so I have, and with how my approach with it was not looking at the game itself per se, but looking at it through the lens of culture. And because it was something that I think is potentially interesting, and it's like game journalism is just looking at the game as a review, but not looking at it critically, which...
Are you talking about like how games affect culture?
Multiple ways. I talked about The World Ends With You, which is all about the filter bubbles essentially, and how that can impact a person negatively.
Was this like a story game or like a point and click adventure?
It was originally a DS action game.
Wait, the world ends. Oh my gosh, it's from Nomura. I remember that now. Oh gosh, I remember that. Oh,
I remember that game too. It's on Switch now as a remastered version, and then they have a second game I think out too.
But yeah,
Yep.
I think how to put it. I think the problem is right now is the journalists who review games are also basically making the culture more important than the review of the game itself.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
If you had like a separate piece about it where it was like talking about the culture, that's fine. But I think everyone wants to know about the game and how it plays first.
See, that's the thing also. I think someone said it before and I agree with it. If you need to write fucking disclaimers in the review that, oh, sorry, we do not mean to offend anyone, sorry, I'm sorry, but we would like to maybe review the game, and I will try my best to review the game. Like, if you need to write those disclaimers before the actual review of the game, do not review the fucking game.
What? I don't know.
Do not review the fucking game, because what happens is you are biased. You are biased, and because you are biased, you cannot produce an accurate representation of what the game actually is, because you have the thing is when you have a bias either way. I love something, right? I will never in my fucking life critique animes. I would give 10 out of 10. I would never.
For me, I feel like I could, but I'd have to put disclaimers that I did like this at first, you know? I feel like if you can put a disclaimer there, it kind of helps everyone notice your biases. Because if you don't, say your biases, then I feel like no one knows them, and thus you could be lying to them in general.
Yeah, I think a great example of or kind of how it starts as a good thing, like the games, or the whole games journalist thing. It starts as a good thing, but it just goes through a decline because it doesn't keep up with the actual core goal. Would be the whole G4 TV relaunch. When it first launched, I think it was early 2010s.
What is that?
That's gaming TV. It's a gaming channel, basically.
Yeah, so, basically what we're doing now, like, talking about games and stuff like that, I mean, it's not us specifically, but just what a bunch of YouTubers are doing now, talking about games, actually playing them, reviewing them. In the early 2010s, that really wasn't a thing. YouTube was still in its infancy, and Twitch was still Justin TV back then, I think. But G4 TV was this huge, gaming-centric network, and anyone who was in the gaming centers at that time, there was always on GameStops back when it was still good, and they was always covering the games, and hey, when you saw a review, they was already talking about it.
Okay.
But it declined, and that vacuum was taken up by YouTubers.
Yeah.
And that's why you got all these really large gaming channels now that they started off as reviewing video games.
Hey, Eero, have you ever heard of G4? The G4 thing? Because I'd never heard of it.
G4?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, so we both
That I know of.
I
guess it must be niche if we never heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear of it. I think I'm one of the people who has a hand on pulse on all sides of the culture of the internet. Nice.
Yeah, I admit I don't have a full understanding of the entire culture of the internet, but G4 in particular I do know, because that did inspire a lot of the YouTubers I follow or cover games primarily, or that's what inspired them. And then I think it was just this past year, G4 TV tried to do a relaunch as a YouTube channel, but they didn't understand that gaming had evolved and they weren't bringing anything new to the table. And they just had way too much overhead and they collapsed.
Alright, what do you think about that AI?
It's something that's interesting because there's been a huge commercialization in publications and reviews and just gaming journalism and a lot of that sort of thing. And so it's just created a whole, with that vacuum, it allowed that people just trying to follow on with that vacuum and trend. And through a vacuum, it creates that environment where if something works, they'll just keep repeating it. And yeah.
So it's basically like someone does something, that something works, that someone copies that something but changes it a little bit, then someone else does the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, and that's probably one of the largest contributors to the modern state of game journalism is just that. They need to get that money and views because they need to keep it running. So they just keep rolling out the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's
ad
kinda
revenue.
stupid. But I think we have other topics to get to. Would you guys have anything to add to this one, or should I go to the next one?
Go
I
to the
mean,
next
I had
topic. I think we
something
already. Huh?
Before,
What?
Yeah, I
like
think we already
10
alluded
minutes
to it.
ago.
Yeah, honestly, I probably should have switched to the next topic, but everyone seemed very interested in this one. But no, we go to the next topic.
Okay.
And the new topic is about you, AI. It's about AI art.
God.
God,
Yeah, I
that
know.
creep.
So what happened recently is there was a VTuber who had like an art channel in her like Discord and her Twitter thing, and only wanted original art, but people kept posting AI arts and claiming it as original. So my question to you guys is, do you think ever since AI has been released, has it been good or bad?
I think it's dangerous. I'll be straight up. As a tech professional and I do tech support for my day job. So I think if we don't put limits on this kind of thing now, we will be in trouble very quickly. Because there's a tweet I had actually. I need to post it. That was some AI generated art. I swear to God, it looked real.
Yes.
So I'll post a link. I don't know if you want to share it out, but let me look it up real quick.
Is it lewd? How lewd is it?
No, it's not lewd. It's cosplay.
How
so
lewd's
so
the
it-
cosplay?
It's safe for work grade.
You don't
Put
have
it
to
that
ask
way.
that. I have to ask that. That's a problem.
Believe me, I stream on YouTube too, so I know how that can be. Or haven't
Yeah.
asked that question, but it's safe. It's safe for work.
Okay, well, you gotta send it to me then.
That's got to find it, but it's
okay.
a Twitter post.
Oh, either way. But no, it's like, hello, Legion. Why do you go you every time you join? God dang it, dude. But no, what I was going to say was, in my opinion, I think it's both good and bad, just like every technology. Good because it can actually help other people learn art. Bad when it's used poorly. Like he's claiming people's art as their own because they change it a little bit.
What I'm worried about is what are the areas that are not going to be replaced by AI if you don't put limits like Ray is saying? Because I also work as a developer, and more specifically, automation. That is exactly what is going on at the moment.
Oh man, you got unique perspective into this.
So I'm the one
Oh, my.
eventually replacing all of us.
Things are-
Because even my own job is going to be replaced because you can ask ChatGPT to make code already. So let's assume this is going fast, very fast. Like in 3 months, it evolves very fast. So let's say 10 years, 20 years. What is our future? What areas are not going to be replaced? Because right now it looks like every area is going to be replaced.
I don't
Not
think-
every area. I think, ultimately speaking, even like writing art, a lot of things, they are going to be appreciated by the hands of a human because Yeah, sure. The AI art, let's say AI art is going to advance, right? It's going to advance, You're going to produce perfect recreations of art, right? Or perfect technique, perfect look. Everything will be perfect. But ultimately, what it can do is it can imitate. It can imitate.
You know what?
Different combinations. It cannot create anything on its own. It cannot. It's just physically impossible because it does not have the creativity that can be happening inside the mind of some stoned out fucking artist laying in his
I gotta
basement.
say something. I have used a bit of AI art before. My one thing that I think it probably won't get for a very long time is consistency.
Not only consistency, but also,
Like,
also,
I mean,
also,
when it comes to
also
my
creativity.
character, I put my character in just to see what it'd come out with. It didn't come anything like it didn't look anything like me. So it's just.
But have
not
you seen
very
how much it
consistent.
evolves in such a short time? Still, sailings. You need to think in 10 years' time.
10 years time,
You know what I think people that are right now just starting a degree or something, they are complaining that they don't know what to choose because they don't know what the future looks like at the moment.
You know what my opinion is?
Is the job that they are studying right now going to be replaced?
I don't think it will be replaced. You know why?
Why?
Because I feel like AI, while advanced from what we've seen, it can't go out and fully animate a full movie. It
It
can't do
can't
everything.
right now.
No, that's my thing. It can't animate a full movie. It still needs people to do certain things, and it needs either live action actors to model over. It needs art to reference. The art referencing thing is a big thing because it can't
Yarlo,
do-
by the way, microphone.
Oh, shit.
Yarlo-
Sorry. What I was meaning is it needs art to reference, it needs people to draw over, it needs things. It's not like an instant thing, like you could pop it in and pull something out perfectly. And even then, some of the stuff it pulls out still looks jank as shit. I'd say from 10 years on, we'll still have artists doing comics and everything like that, but how animators will animate is they'll animate one frame and then they'll animate another frame and use AI to make multiple frames in between that to give it 60 frames a second style animation.
Yeah, exactly. Ultimately, what will happen in 10 years, and I know this because I literally talk with the artist constantly. I talk with people who work on this kind of stuff. I have an animator buddy. What they actually gotta do is they actually still gotta have a profession and no creative endeavor can be done by just regurgitating the same shit over and over again, which AI is going to be doing regardless. AI cannot create anything new. It's just as alchemy because there is a law of equivalent exchange. The effort needs to be exerted. The creativity must be. There will still be writers, because computer does not understand human nuance, and it will never understand it. It literally will never do. No matter how smart it is, it will not understand illogical human actions.
Yeah, but it's the same thing as the revolution, the industrial revolution, factories and stuff about mass production. Handmade things are still valued, but are they? Is it enough to make them survive compared to mass production stuff?
If you
not.
No, if you want explanation, art, if everyone thought art would be the same thing, oh no, digital art would take over traditional art. Traditional art is still heavily valued.
Why would someone buy it for 50 euros handmade art instead of 1-2 euros AI art?
Because it's
pretty
shit.
close.
It's shit.
Yeah,
It's never gonna.
It's right now, but in 10 years,
it's always gonna be shit. It's always gonna be shit era because people want specific details.
After.
People want specific details that match their specific.
I think AI has something to say.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So I actually had a very interesting discussion with some people who actually got PhDs in stuff relating to AI and stuff.
Ooh.
And yeah, I don't know how I managed to get all these conversations, but
You're just jack of all trades right now.
yeah, essentially, and just as someone who does writing as a hobby and stuff, part of what makes art and writing so powerful is that ability for the human connection. And it's think about the most what you remember most in a piece of media. It's often something you can personally connect to. And even with writing in creative ways, writers often break traditional writing rules in order to establish voice or emphasize ideas.
Yeah. But I think I have something to add here. When it comes to AI, it can only do what has been put into it. It can't really change beyond that. It can put what's into it and then change the things it knows. It can't put something completely new in that's never been taught to it. Like, for engineering and everything like that, some engineer has to develop something new for it to actually be mass produced. All I'm gonna say is it'll make production of everything easier.
It will make, I think, the hard labor, the dangerous tasks, all of the super incredibly, in 10 years or so, most of them will be gone. Most of the needed to climb up at like 1,000 meters in the air just to like fix some stuff, that will be gone. In 10 years, most likely doing farming will also be largely automated, controlled by a few people who are basically just overseeing like the upkeep of machines and everything. That's going to happen because we're rapidly advancing civilization, and that's in that regulation. But when it comes to higher functioning jobs that require oversight, unless the AI suddenly gains sentience, there will still need to be engineers, there will still need to be overseers, there will still need to be people who create those protocols for it to follow. So, sure, writers will exist still. Why? And that's very simple. People like work that has imperfections. AI will never have those imperfections, not for any purpose.
Yeah, but for example, you guys are focusing too much on art. But let's be honest, like, worldwide, there's going to be tons of unemployment from now on when everything starts to get replaced. Maybe very specific niches are going to not be replaced, but the most part are going to be replaced. What do you do with these people that are going to be replaced and unemployed?
I don't think they
cannot
will be
like
replaced.
exactly study a new degree.
No. What I think will happen is they'll be changed from working on the things to working on the machines themselves. Because those machines take maintenance.
Yeah,
like
that was my follow-up question. What if the new jobs that are going to appear because of this revolution is feeding the AI information? Like, maybe you have like multiple AI generated image, and then you tell what you like, what you don't like, what will you change, and the AI is going to learn from that, and that's going to be the new jobs from now on, giving AI information.
AI information.
There's always going to be jobs for people. There's always going to be jobs for people. That's even in 20 years and 50 years, always going to be jobs for people. The main thing is, I think, the main thing is like, there will be testers, there will be creative designers, there will be, again, farmers who need to oversee it because obviously it's a very delicate work. There needs to be very calibration, upkeep, there needs to be a lot of waste disposal, needs to be a lot of deliveries because again, even assuming that like we have machines taking over, I would still think there needs to be like a person overseeing the quality of construction because AI can be tricked. So imagine you have a very important delivery, right? And some dude hacks the system. It's possible because advanced technology, advanced hacking, it's possible. Hacks the system, feeds the AI information that it arrived and delivered everything that it needs to be delivered, and then fucking steals the truck, right? You can't really do anything about it. So obviously need to be guards. There's obviously need to be a lot of people. We need people. Everywhere.
I think some people are just worried that those jobs will probably never return, and I think they will, but they probably won't be the same. Like,
different. They will be different.
There's some people who think those jobs will just disappear and that they'll never get new jobs. No, new professions comes with new technology. That's what happened during the Industrial Revolution. Like brick workers and everything like that, they got replaced.
It's not going to happen in one day either.
Yeah,
it's not like one day on a Sunday. Literally every boss in the world turns to you. Johnny, get out, Johnny. We're replacing you with AI, Johnny. Get out,
replacing
Johnny.
you with R2D2 over here.
I think one of the big things that we are kind of ignoring, people are ignoring with the with the direction of moving to AI is just kind of how it will impact the because so essentially people with smaller farms won't be able to get as much access to those materials as the newer ones, that kind of, and so it's just it raises up questions of ethics in the situation, and it opens if so like one of the things I've actually talked about with the people who actually work with this is they don't think like the people are going to not lose their jobs, but it's in how it's AI is going, people are going to have to be constantly learning and not just learn one skill set. But
honestly, I noticed a lot of I have a degree myself, and I don't work on my degree most of the time. I work as an editor because I had to like adjust to my life. Certain things, like, let's be real, singular universities are becoming kind of obsolete. Spending years and years and years and years on a subject and then go work in McDonald's because a lot of the fucking employers are seeking work experience, which you don't have. You need to build work experience, but you don't have work experience. You need to build work experience, but I have a degree. I learned for it for like 6 years to do this. Why can I not do this? We need a work experience. Why can't I do this now?
You can read a book about something for days and still not really understand it, because it's why tech schools or what we basically call vocational schools are really in high demand right now, because in vocational school you actually stick your hands like on a lathe and you're actually doing carpentry as an example.
That's the thing. That's what I love about it, because like I went to one of those and it was a pretty good thing. I got one topic and I learned that one thing.
Yeah.
What's your thought on this?
Can I finish like really quickly? It's just final topic. I was just like leading up to the point. The point I'm making is, in the future, whenever there will be a lot more variety tasks you can potentially do, what I imagine is the same thing happens with when the specific university appeared, like when the Industrial Revolution happened, and the specific university started like pop up, like specific this, specific that, because people needed specialists to be working on different branches, like medicine. People needed medicine specialists to work in medicine specialists. I don't think in 17th century you had like a thing where it's just like you need to go to medical school. No, you need to go to Baba Masha, and she will teach you how to do herbs, and you will be the doctor. Like that's basically the evolution of the teaching system. And with the change to automated AI machinery, of course the process of studying will also be much different, because there will be different demand for different things. It's a whole cultural thing. Obviously, people who are right now are not going to experience it immediately, because it's going to be like stretching over 20 years, 30 years.
Yep.
That is the same thing that happened with the Industrial Revolution. It started in, if I'm not mistaken, 18th century, 17th century? 17th century.
It started 1800s.
Yeah, 17th century. And then it stretched over like the next 100, 200 years. It's not gonna happen with any of the people in 10 years. It's not gonna happen with most people who are still alive today. Even if the progress is accelerating, there are still going to be pushbacks against this technology. It's not like it's the same thing as innovation in medical care, medical technology. You think why we haven't switched to more effective means? Even we have them, because people, rich important people don't want change, and that is always going to happen. Rich and important people are always going to resist change until they fucking realize how profitable it is. They go, oh, right, sure. Same thing with the fuel business. Like, we could have switched long ago on different fuels. We don't.
But yeah, what did you? Does anyone else have anything to add to this topic, or should we go into the next one?
My.
Yes, Aaron?
Sorry, you can go, Ray.
Well, I'd say my real concern isn't necessarily that the technology will eventually get there. It is the human element that is behind all of it currently.
Mhm.
As a great example is this this new initiative that Discord put out for the AI learning.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I trust an AI to understand the nuances of a conversation like the
No.
conversation we're having here.
No, I don't trust it
Is
at
an
all.
Yeah, is an AI going to understand things like sarcasm or interpersonal relationships that where certain language may be acceptable between, say, Sai and I, but it might not be acceptable between you and I AI? Like that. That's the kind of thing that really worries me about this AI push currently.
I feel
is
like
that the
they're trying to
there-
use
there
it as a
hu-
cop out, in a sense. Because think about it, if they don't have to hire as many people, if they could just put one AI to just kind of go over all the conversations. But the problem is, you
They
can't go
can't.
over every conversation. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I get realistically why there needs to be some level of automation, but the real problem is that automation does get it wrong a lot
Mhm.
because it can't understand those concepts. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it was a YouTuber.
Oh, let's not go into
Well,
YouTube's AI shit.
Well, no, this is one specific person, Strawby. Her content was flagged for being or sexualized ASMR, but it wasn't. Like that was like milk toast as you can get that she got flagged for,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a case and example why you cannot trust the AI to make judgment calls like that.
Do you have something to say?
Me?
Yes. I thought you wanted to say something.
What I was gonna say is, even if it's not complete, and there's still going to be a few jobs and anything, if you are trying to be positive,
Mhm.
you are still going to have quite a few people that are going to be unemployed because it's still going to replace something.
Gosh dang it, Dark Snake.
So my question is, what do you do with these people that cannot really start a new degree and stuff?
I don't. How to put it? I feel like they actually could get more degrees because I feel like it's being easier to get a degree. But honestly, I'm pretty sure if you're at the company long enough, you could probably switch to a different thing. And then still, like, say you're an engineer, you could probably switch to working on the computers and the machines themselves.
Yeah, but let's say people with like 40, 50 years that they only betted on that career and now they don't know to do anything. Like even Excel, maybe.
In my opinion, when it comes to the people in the 40s, like who only plan to one career, I feel like that's a bit of a wake-up call to try and do something else, or not trying to do something else,
really
but
do at that point.
yeah. I mean, just because you're old doesn't mean you can't go into something new. You know, like let's put it this way: my dad is an electrician, but he still knows how to do like fixing cars and a few other things. You have to diversify. You can't just stick to one thing forever, because it's not gonna always be there.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah,
I'm
if-
worried about what is going to happen because it's. I think there's a name for that graph where the IQ of the people it's always pretty much the same all the time, and now the jobs requires as the generations go by requires always a higher IQ, but the IQ of the world is still the same because it's like always an average. There is always people on the lower half, there is people in the middle, there is the people on the higher half. And the jobs requirements starts going each time more to the right, and everyone on the left is screwed. So as we go on, it's going to be even less and less and less and less people. How are they going to survive? Are they just going to die by starvation, and that's
No.
the law of life where the stronger survive, or?
No. Well, I mean, the law of the life is like, strongest get to live, but it's more the fact of just because you're stupid or not as smart as the other person beside you doesn't mean you'll be out of a job. It just means you'll go into other jobs that aren't the same ones. You know?
Yeah, but most of the jobs that they do nowadays, it's pretty much things that can be automated. Let's say customer service, like a cashier or something like that. That can be automated.
Yeah, but do you really want it automated? all the time because I've seen a lot of people just steal from the Walmart style automation shit.
They'll just put automated security.
Automated,
I don't know.
automated security, really? You think automated security is gonna save anyone? Unless there's a turn popping out top with like a taser gun shooting tasers at people, I don't think it's gonna stop. Period.
Fucking fire laser.
Fire lasers! Fire the lasers!
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because I think there actually was something related to Walmart with that, where they actually used their camera footage to keep track of who took products, and then whiles later they could actually get be pressed charges like months later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thing is,
Isn't that something that they thought about it? AI that they can like recognize people, and that was a big thing on Twitter like 3 months ago or something. That you can go like to a shop or something, and they know what you're voting for and all of that stuff.
Yes.
Because of face recognition alone.
Yeah.
And people were a bit against it because
why? It's just every information they literally put that information out themselves.
But no.
Hello, I finished it. I finished. Let's keep my selfie on the internet. You think nobody will like download it or anything?
That's a fair point. You know, Observer makes a fair point. We kind of do post that shit everywhere. AI, do you have anything else to add?
I think with right now with how people are treating the development of AI, it's kind of magical thinking because like it can do stuff right now, and it's definitely is going to grow and change, but not in the way that people are thinking of in right now. And because it seems they have like this magical view
it's like getting a new toy. It's so shiny. It does all this cool stuff.
What if it wants to take over the world? What if it wants to?
Terminator, please.
Yeah, and with people viewing it, it's not how they're treating it is not realistic because it's going to need to take a lot of time to reach a point to where it can understand these things, and things like with what Discord is doing, it can't do that realistically, but eventually it can start to learn it, but that's going to take so much time and research into the development.
I fully agree, honestly, but it's just, I think it's just a shiny new toy all these companies are seeing, so they want to push it to as far as it can until they realize the limits. And honestly, I feel like this is just like the development phase, so they're just kind of pushing it wherever they can to see what it can do. I feel like eventually they'll realize it won't work, but they'll see what it works for and then use it in that regard.
Exactly. Thing is, same thing happened with like the whole meta concept, right?
Oh, let's not go. Meta was a failure.
It dropped because people tried using it, utilizing it for different ways. They are still trying to push NFTs, even though it fucking failed, failing on its ass.
It failed so hard.
Crypto is fucking falling apart.
Yeah.
Like, it's not necessarily.
Wait, what'd you say, Ray?
But Square Enix just fired the president Matsuda.
Ha!
But they didn't fire him because he was losing money on NFT pushes. They fired him because of Forspoken. Like, that's why they got rid of him.
Honestly,
honestly, that is fair.
That's fair.
That is very fair.
Yeah, and the person replacing him is just as gung ho on NFTs.
I know, but the thing about it is if they keep going down that way, I'm pretty sure there will
be a lot of calling. There will be a lot of calling.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of calling. Yes, AI.
Yeah. If I remember right, I don't remember the exact. I think in the 90s there was actually a huge push with AI. They're doing the same magical thinking, but that magical thinking, once it got disillusioned, actually caused the development and looking into it to slow down in tech companies.
But I don't know. I think what happened is they saw this shiny new thing, they wanted to use it for something nice, and then they push it so hard to where it's not ready to do something, they get depressed and then they stop using it for a bit.
Exactly. That's basically what happened. the thing is, a lot of made media attention to it was like, oh, AI is the next scary thing. Just like in 2000s, violent video games were the next scary thing. Then the VR was the next scary thing. Then the anime was the next scary thing. It's like it's like sometimes I feel like the internet and communities need to have the next scary thing for them to like fearmonger about.
Oh yeah, that's what drags in the clicks, so they can click on the ads to get the ad revenue, even though ad revenue's drying up.
Yeah, but let's see. Does everyone else have anything to add, or should we move on to another topic?
Let's move on.
Sweet, we got a new topic. If this button would ever work, the button does work, yay! And we're talking about everyone's favorite VTuber company, Walkter.
Oh, brother.
Who?
Walkter.
Fuck Walker.
What is that?
Okay,
I like how
let me catch up
everyone's-
Zero really quickly, because
catch
Zero's
up,
the one
Zero.
who's dead. So imagine a corporation that is so petty, so vindictive, that it literally doxes its former content creators after they leave. And they
What?
legitimately posts information of the content creator, like live on this, like after they left. It has such a
How
it's such
big
a,
is that group?
It's pretty
let me
decent.
show you, Octor.
Yes.
It's
Yeah, I gotta take a quick BRB, but I'll
Okay.
definitely be listening in.
Okay.
yeah. I need to like show you Octor, Octor's main Twitter account.
Crack my neck.
It's already much less, obviously, but it's sort of like a Japanese / English / Spanish.
Oh, thank you, anybody, for
VTuber
contributing to
company?
the great spending. Thank you. I was thinking anybody
Yeah,
for contributing.
they currently have 20,000 followers on
Oh,
on Twitter,
why did I say nice to
and this is just something they have like Wakter China. They have a lot of just so enough. Okay, so look at this. They had Zero's generation with 1 talent, and first generation with 4, second generation with 4, third generation with 3, fourth generation with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth with 3, Wakter boys, 3 boys, then the Wakter 2 talents in Wakter Espanol, and 2 factor talents in Wakter China. There's
put it
some
very
other
simply,
stuff.
They're a decent-sized group. That is the literal
Very
worst
decent.
VTubing company, period. Because
And
they have some new
just
things
so
they've done.
when I finish, can I finish? Just to illustrate how bad the company is to work with. Out of all the talents, all of them, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 graduations.
Yep.
Their entire first, second, and third generation ran away.
Yes.
And most of the fourth generation ran away. There's 2 talents in the fourth generation out of 5. The half of Wakter's Espanol is gone.
Yeah. So, to put it very simply, they're a decent-sized group that is the literal worst. Because they've done some new things, if you guys haven't heard of it. Has anyone heard of Mitsurugi?
Gosh.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Well, Mitsurugi was one of Walker's talents. And her family just announced that she'd be graduating that day, which was, I think, today or a few days ago. Well, either way, she's graduating and no longer doing VTubing. And the worst part is because it was Walker harassing her as the reason she graduated. And they blamed it on all they blamed the Walker themselves blamed the community for harassing their VTubers, and that's why she graduated. Not because
Totally, that's totally.
the owner was being a dick to them, not because anything like that, but no, because of that. But yeah, the family graduated her and everything like that because apparently she nearly went game ending. Yeah, that's how bad it's been. So yes.
Yeah.
So why all
Yeah, I'm
people
calling
join that
bullshit on
company
that.
now?
Why do people call it? Wait, what? Sorry, Hero.
Why all you VTubers join them now after all of this?
I because some people don't know what they are, just the same as you didn't know
Oh,
what
I
it
see.
was.
Like, to be
Like-
fair,
like Observer,
most
didn't
of this information has been coming out in the recent months, and their last auditions they had opened were half a year ago,
Yes.
and I don't think they had any new talents since.
Yes. Also, didn't you nearly get invited there, Observer?
I did, and I read their contract, and I wanted
Yeah.
to die.
But no,
No, it's like
it's
it's really bad. It's really bad. It's genuinely really bad. Like
Let's put it
it's
this way:
really
they insult you if you leave. Like they talk down to you, say, "Are you really sure about this? This could be your one big chance," and everything like that. They you know, like very, very bad. And the owner is vindictive. Like the owner literally says, like as soon as you leave us, you'll never stream again because we'll make sure of it. Basically.
Yeah, it's basically like bullies. They're bullies, and just so we understand how much of that Wactor, how much of the bad rep Wactor has, the other VTuber company talents are given absolute green light to shit talk them.
Yes.
Let that sink in. They never allow talents to shit talk other companies' talents because of the interpossible relationships between the companies and the legal stuff, all that stuff, the defamation. They gave fucking Pippa and a few other talents full green light to talk shit about them. That is like how far it goes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Walker
Legendary.
is not a healthy company.
Why did you come back to 3 people without shirts? I don't know. Apparently Dark Snake wanted me to not have any shirts on anymore. But yeah, AI, do you have anything to add to this since you're a journalist?
Oh yeah, it's something that's interesting because it does reflect a bit of what is seen in the Asian entertainment industry, particularly when it comes to particularly when it comes to idols. Yeah, it's because there is a large degree of control when it comes to idols. I particularly remember reading this one interview with this one manager for a group who said if a idol requests a day off, they know the idol is trying to do something because they would constantly have their schedule packed to where they can't do anything other than their work. Yeah.
That sounds fun. Not in a
Yeah,
good way.
Yeah, the thing is, I think the VTubing community, even in Japanese side, has been like sort of moving away a little bit from the whole idol image because of because of a lot of situations that have been happening with it. Nijisanji I think pioneered the whole genre of VTubing being the way it is in Japan in a lot of ways because they are not idols. Not in any capacity are idols. That they are not presented as idols. They're not marketed as idols. So the mentality is completely different there, for example. Thing is, I wanted to say, Japanese culture, a lot of it revolves around respect. They like even on Twitter, I learned apparently it's a thing, but when a person wants to rebuff something, right, a take from someone, right, what they do is that they retweet the original take that they want to they want to reply to, and then they retweet the take they want to agree with, like from that take, because they consider quote retweeting rude.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, it's actually considered rude to quote retweet in Japanese Twitter, which caused a lot of misunderstandings in several situations recently, because their entire mentality is not to try to attract as much attention to themselves as possible, but cite reasons for believing something they do believe. Right? It's not click on me, I'm having this important opinion. It's more like read this, please. This is why I'm retweeting this.
Okay, Eva, do you have anything to add? Eva? As
No,
as
I didn't understand you calling me.
oh
I don't really know them, so I don't really know what to say. But that's bullshit when they deal with that.
Yeah, a lot of it's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. Whatever they did, a lot of situations they were involved in last few months, their reputation has fucking dived
it's
into the
so
mud.
bad.
Niji Sanji can never approach it, like never. They still have a lot of positive traction, a lot of positive interaction, a lot of fans.
Let's put it this way: Nichi Sanji's been screwing up recently, but compared to Walker, they look like angels.
Yeah, they do. Like they do. I would be I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised if Vector actually fractures soon enough.
I hope
very
they do.
soon.
I honestly hope they do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, that they had one of their new members quit, and another member that quit said they got bullied when they did leave. So yeah, just in general, screw.
I don't know. I think the best thing you
Walker.
do is just stay by yourself
I
and
mean,
have friends. That's it.
I mean, yeah, but I don't see it bad being part of the
Or
company.
if you have boobs, join Face Connect. They're cool.
What is that?
If you have
I'm
boobs,
ignorant
join
of these
Face
kind of
Connect.
things.
Face Connect is is one of the rising stars in the video community, and they have a very hands-off approach, even more so than Niji Sanji. So far, they only approach people like they only approach female talents, obviously, but they have plans for the future male talents, and they house in their walls one of the several incredibly unhinged people that I fail to believe how the fuck they were not bunked to the fucking hell by the management yet, because you have Pimpkin Pipa, aka and Tenma, and a few others too, and it's just like Pimpkin Pipa is, how do I is Alex Jones of VTB World.
Oh my gosh, not them again, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
gosh.
basically the. I mean,
But-
tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
I won't tell you you're wrong because you're right, but still.
Tell me I'm
no.
wrong.
But yeah,
Like any of you can tell me I'm wrong. Like tell me if someone knows Pippa, can tell me I'm wrong.
I don't think anyone here knows Pippa. Like, AI, do you know Pippa?
Heard of them, but not really.
Okay, Ray.
Oh, I know Face Connect pretty well. I'm actually a huge fan of Leah Rinka.
Hero?
Yeah. So can you tell me if I'm wrong? That quality.
Put it like this: when everyone was giving Pippa all the horse hockey over the tweets around Hogwarts Legacy, they're like, "Oh, she's this and that." I was like, "Y'all don't know Pippa's content. Like, this is normal for her."
Oh no.
Can I just say something funny about like Pippa really quickly? I watched a recent clip and she's like Hassan. It's a streamer, big streamer. I don't know. He's a political guy. I don't know what the fuck he is.
No, no.
Yeah, and
God, we have been talking about
he
Hogwarts
recently,
Legacy for like 4
recently
weeks now.
talked. Yeah, he recently talked like he recently talked about Pippa, right? He's just like, oh, this, and this is literally unironically what he said. He called her a Nazi several times.
God, it's the new trending insult every time.
Yeah, it's the two things. And then Pippa was addressed. Pippa said was said like, oh, did you know like Hassan called you a Nazi, right? And she's like, oh, that fucking horse fucker. I don't care.
Well, no, I think I actually saw the clip. I think what she exactly this. That's interesting.
Oh no,
but I don't give a crap what a
no,
horse
no,
says.
it wasn't Hassan, it was Vosh.
Yeah,
Wash.
Hassan just
okay.
retweeted that going full circle for that whole thing.
Okay, AI,
Oh,
do you
yeah,
have
yeah,
anything
yeah,
to
yeah.
say? I'm very curious to see what your opinion is on this.
She called him a horse fucker. God damn it.
Yep.
Do you have any opinion on this, AI?
Not really much, because it's like, hey, their big thing with it is the culture surrounding the different groups, and is like those aren't like the ideal ways to have these discussions. In my experience, it is more counterproductive, but it's not surprising. It's because the internet has gone more volatile.
Honestly, the internet just wants to tear everyone's throat out.
Yeah,
Let's put it this way: the
I
internet
think,
hates you and everything you stand for.
I think what we need in content creation world, right, is more people like Pippa, more people like actually Silver Rail recently, people who can look at what they are being done to, like the aggression, and not say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna not do it ever again," because what it does. In situations, especially when it's like not warranted or like very murky if it's warranted or not, what it does is that it gives the bad elements an ability to look back at it and be validated about it, right?
Yeah, but
Because when you apologize and say, "Oh, I will never do it ever again. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry," some people look at it and go, "Oh, he's a pussy.
yeah,
Let's bully him even more," or like same thing for she or they or whatever. Let's bully them even more. Pippa doesn't do that. What she did is that she doubled down. She I still remember the fucking legendary start of her Hogwarts Legacy stream, where she was like, where she did a whole skit with her getting an owl.
I saw that.
Oh,
It's from Twitter. It's everything I've always wanted.
it's always wanted. Signed by Warner Brothers saying to go fuck myself.
Oh gosh, but yeah, honestly, it's just a whole thing. I feel like the internet just wants to tear everyone's throat out right now. I feel like everyone else wants to just hit everyone else, honestly. But
Because it's easy. Do you know Asmongold?
yes, I know Asmongold. I actually watch a lot of stuff.
He said that before he got famous, what he did was pretty much guides for World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
That took him like 2-3 full days to do it for one video. But then he only started to blow up when he started dating on Blizzard.
Yeah. Let's put it this
Instead
way.
of taking 3 days, it just takes 1 hour and it gets much bigger.
I think there's a difference
It's
between
much easier.
I think there's a difference between hating on the internet and disputing facts in some
Yeah, but
situations.
the way that Asmongold does is it facts. That's not just random stuff.
It's random stuff,
But
he's
it's
not
still
wrong
drama.
About, yeah, it's still drama, but he's not wrong about whatever he says. That's the worst part.
Yeah,
He's
because
not wrong about it.
Asmongold is very intelligent.
Yes.
Even if people
People
hate him or him
people
or
really
not.
like people like contradictory information. They like contradictory opinions. That's what Twitter does not understand. People like contradicting opinions. People like to listen to someone and to go, huh? Like normal people, obviously. I mean, like normal in quotation mark here, because normal people can be sucky too. The people who can think for themselves are really enjoying contradicting opinions. For example, I myself, I think for myself usually in terms of this. I like to go through videos that give games I hate the most positive score ever, right? I literally want, and I want to watch these videos, and I want to sit there and understand, what did I miss? What exactly do they see it in it that I do not see it in it? Like, right? And that is a learning experience. Will I stop hating the game by the end? Probably not, because my reasons might be like the completely different from why they enjoy it, right? But will I gain a new understanding of the topic, and will gain a new understanding of what the fuck is that game all about? Yes, I will.
What do you think, AI? Why did the music die?
So just kind of going.
This has whole. Can I just say
Yeah,
funny
it's
thing
okay.
before? Funny thing. This whole conversation has been ended on like we're talking, and then suddenly the entire table turns to AI.
Well, I want to get your opinion, and honestly, you kind of go on these long ass tangents. Not gonna lie, you have the breath of like an elephant. You just go and go and go and go. Not gonna lie. Please, AA.
Yeah, kind of going back to the idea of how things are being discussed and people respond to things. I just have after having dealt with some actual controversial articles happen when I was an editor at the magazine.
Can I get some context? What can I get some specifics? Or is that a no?
So, And I'll give a little. So
Yeah.
we did. So it's like a mix of rural and progressive area. Magazine was released. We talked about a Christmas tree and the possibility of, hey, maybe including more recognition for other holidays, because we just always have this whole only Christmas mindset. And so we were like, hey, maybe do this one thing. We mentioned this whole school tradition of where they'd set out a Christmas tree, and it got really bad. We had to send students, we almost had to send someone home for their own safety. It was a mess.
That's fun.
Yeah. But after having dealt with those situations, it's kind of people doing the attacking. It doesn't help the situation because it doesn't get at the core of the issues they're dealing with, they're struggling with. It just says, as this behavior is bad, but it just emboldens an opposing opinion, unlike having the discussion that's on equal grounds.
Yeah. But no. I don't know. It's just one of those things of don't be a dick to someone because then no one's gonna listen to you. I think that's just what it boils down to. Don't be a dick and everyone might listen to you. But I have a new topic if everyone wishes to go to it.
Yes.
Sure.
Anything? Okay, this is a topic from me because it's my topic, my show, and I can do what I want. This is not a topic this isn't anything like that, but recently...
Why is everybody going to let him do this?
Well, yes, I'm going to let him do this. It's my show. I can boot him out if I want to. But no, Niji Saji recently got sponsored by KFC. And I gotta be honest, I'm a little jealous.
What?
They got sponsored by KFC. Like, I think it was like Niji Sanji China got sponsored by KFC, and now I want to be sponsored by KFC. Give me some chicken.
That's real. Okay, sure. Yeah,
This is
real
just me
business.
going on a rant because I want to be sponsored by KFC. KFC, if they're listening, sponsor me. I want the chicken.
Oh my... Okay,
Give me
what's
some
your word
chicken
under until the
nuggets.
Colonel becomes a VTuber?
Colonel can give me some chicken. I want to be sponsored. I can promote you in hot takes. Come on, dude. We can make millions. Come on, dude. I'm so sorry. I
We
sound like
already had
it's
Tony the
sponsored.
Tiger. We need the Colonel now.
Screw it. We need the Colonel. Yep, we need Colonel. Colonel Sanders,
I mean-
VTuber.
I mean, after the dating game thing, I
I would
wouldn't.
not be surprised. I would not be
I wouldn't
surprised
be
at all.
surprised either. But yeah, my entire thing for this topic is I want to be sponsored by KFC. Damn it, just once.
I mean, I'll take any sponsorship in a certain game. I'll be honest.
I mean, yeah, but still, it's my dream getting sponsored by KFC fried chicken. Just give me go to coupon, just get a reason to go to KFC and eat some chicken.
Yeah, you want KFC? I want DiGiorno.
Screw you, DiGiorno, but dude, the mashed potatoes at KFC are so good. Come on, dude. What the?
I have no comment to that.
You have no
Yeah,
comment to that.
Yeah, I'm not personally a fan of KFC. But he's not my loved one.
I usually make a lot of my own stuff. So I make like Korean chicken myself. I like the deep fried chicken myself at home here. So I don't really need to go to these places.
You don't understand, man. KFC is great. I'm just so I gotta say I am jealous because I would love to be sponsored by KFC, and the fact that they got sponsored and got like these like cool ass like KFC like cups and cards and everything like that. Now I'm like, God damn it, I want to be sponsored so bad. Silence the sponsored by KFC.
New order on the menu. Silent small
wings.
bits with hot sauce.
Yes.
Silences bits with hot sauce.
I got some dreams, man. I got some dreams. But yeah, freaking, it just sounds like, oh, I'm so jealous. But yeah, that's my topic. Anyone else could have any other topic now? We could go into like, questionnaires by the people here. So, Now I have a question for
You know, you still keep talking that we're wacky ones, we're the unpredictable ones, but then suddenly you come in here and then fucking roll out. Oh, I want to be sponsored by KFC. He's sponsored by KFC. I'm so fucking
As
jealous.
I
And I'm
said,
like, what
this
the
is my
fuck?
show. I can go on and do whatever I want. If I wanted to, I could shoot Hero right now and no one could do anything.
What? Why would you shoot me?
Yeah, there would be witnesses.
Mushy mushy, police, mushy mushy, police. We have him right here, this imp right here. Yeah, come in. He's
What are they gonna do?
arrest you.
Oh my gosh. It's not like, I don't know, this is hell. But no.
I literally have a recorded confession of you. I have a microphone in my on my head that I recorded you saying like you will shoot arrow right here,
Yes.
and I can show them that as evidence.
Why are you guys so mean to me?
I'm not mean to you. I
It's just
enjoy
their
your
shit.
company. It's just, well, I see the half and half, and it you know, I gotta say it actually disgusts me. Listen to me. Very quietly listen to me, Iro.
Great.
Your half and half disgusts me. It's like peanut butter and jelly. You mix that, but you never mix. Why is there a little piece of shit flying in my?
Yeah.
Why is shit flying in my shop?
I gotta wash my hair now.
I gotta. Is this your way of calling me a shithead?
Like,
Can you stay still?
No! Honestly, well, screw you! You can't get me.
Well, you're just going to eat a big piece of shit then.
Oh. Wait, why do you just have this on hand? Why do you have this on hand? I'm so confused.
Because I have a redeem on my stream
Uh-huh.
where the viewers can add assets chosen by them, and they
Uh-huh.
wanted a piece of shit.
Why don't you just...
That's the kind of viewers I have.
You know, you could have just pulled me out. That would have been fine. You could just pull PNG and me out of there. But no, the thing I'm going to do now is, do you, anyone here, wish to add something, like a specific question you guys wish to ask? Anyone here? Head back.
not particularly. I think I had something, but I lost it.
AI, do you have any
I
specific question
have.
you wish to ask?
No, I quite literally came off on.
I have
No,
one
after-
question resolved already.
You don't have any questions at all? You don't want to ask anything random? Like what everyone's favorite chocolate is or something like that? Like, it literally be about anything.
My brain is melted after after the notes I took. So
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I
Ray,
can
do you have
understand
any
that.
questions? Because if not, I'm going to give the audience the chance.
Yeah,
you
I
during
got
mine?
nothing.
What was your question? Sorry, I thought... No, sorry. You put a piece of shit in my lap and your opinion kind of went
I
down.
was saying that I had a question for everyone.
Okay, what is your
What
question?
is your most controversial topic about that you believe in?
My first controversial topic?
Most controversial topic.
Controversial topic. Yeah, I think mine was during Hot Takes when I was talking about the whole Hogwarts Legacy debacle for 3 fucking weeks.
That never ended.
It's still not ending, and I'm gonna be talking about this for a while, aren't I? But no,
Yeah.
Opinion
my
that you
most
might have that
controversial hot take was...
barely anyone agrees with you.
Yeah, my hot take was this. If you basically were being an asshole to anyone because they played a video game, and the entire idea of it was not to actually boycott, but it was a moral test for your friends, you are an asshole.
Silence. King of the mildest opinions
That's
you
not
possibly
mild.
have.
That's literally not mild.
The most lukewarm. I think it reflects the state of our society.
Yeah.
If this fucking lukewarm take is called hot in any capacity,
I know.
like
But no, basically, if you use the boycott as a moral test, you, sir, are
I
an
can't
asshole.
believe it. can't believe it. Next thing you say, shooting person means they die.
You know, you would say that, but
So,
it's just a whole thing. But yes. Did you say something, Red? I thought you said something.
No, it's just an article I read earlier today that just made the whole Hogwarts Legacy even more hilarious to
Oh
me
my
personally.
God. What was it? Just say it honestly. We better be talking about it again eventually. This is like
This one is genuinely funny to me. Like, I'm not mad at it. I just think it's so absurd.
Okay,
But
what was it?
apparently, they are now mad that apparently there's a part of the game I haven't got to yet where you are like catching animals to save them from being poached.
Is this a
Apparently,
PETA
that
thing?
doesn't meet ethical treatment standards. Apparently.
Yes, because and I can tell you what happens in that situation is not a spoiler. It's
I
a
never
sad
saw that
activity to
coming.
learn like money and stuff. What happens there is that you start to get you got like a magical bag in which you can like absorb animals in, right? And then
it's like
you
a pocket
can
dimension.
a pocket dimension. Then you can place them
You know,
in their ideal conditions, take care of them, brush them regularly, give them food, and make sure they are never in any danger whatsoever while
You know,
being
I'm
in
I guess-
ideal conditions. Ideal conditions.
Here, I gotta say this, Hero. The mask actually works. I'm not gonna lie. That mask actually works.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
I know, right? It actually freaking works. You know, I'm not mad at it, but the mask
It-
actually
it-
works.
It's a perfect distraction too for what else is going on.
Wait, what's going on?
But you don't see what's in your lap.
What? Oh. I appear to have soiled myself with boba tea.
No, you. Yeah. You dropped cake on your lap. You dropped cake on your lap.
You the chocolate fondue.
Yeah, chocolate fondue.
Yeah.
Lots of fondue.
But no,
Lots of fondue.
I think it's time we go to the audience questions. And let the audience ask any question they wish. If
Let Arrow asks question, answers question, says fuck you everyone else, and goes to that topic and the other topic.
no one else had any topics. I literally asked you all.
I
Everyone's
even
the
answered
only
my
one.
question.
Yeah, everyone did. I answered it.
Everyone answered it. I answered it. Nobody else answered
Yeah.
it.
I was like, I don't think I didn't even hear my answer to my own question.
Oh.
But
Was it
that
because
might
you were
be
putting
too
shit on
much
my
of a hot
face?
take for you.
Oh. Oh yeah, what was a hot
Yeah.
take for you?
My hot take is, why is everyone by default an ally of LGBT community?
That is a good question, actually. I don't think we have
that's an argument that I see all
Oh
the
my
time. People are
gosh.
saying, you guys call yourselves ally of LGBT, and I'm like, who said that we are allies of LGBT?
I mean, yeah, honestly. I mean, you can't expect everyone to do that.
like honestly, I think it's not like in a sense that if you're not, I think it's even more worse because if you're not an ally, you're an enemy. Like if you like
Oh,
no.
no, they're doing
There's
the
a lot of
Anakin
people,
Skywalker
I think
stuff.
the majority is actually neutral, not even an ally. Like, they empathize with them. And
Like I
that's about it.
genuinely do not give a shit. I genuinely do not give a shit if I tried harder. They're people to me, just like everyone else. I will not go to the streets screaming at the top of my lungs for like some rights and shit. I'm not interested in this. I think they're cool. Some of them are cool people. Some are pieces of shit, and that's that.
And that's the thing. I genuinely believe that most of people are neutral.
Okay.
They are not going to do like a life mission about it or anything. They just sympathize with them. They respect them. They do whatever they need to do with them, and that's about it.
And you're not an ally. Yes, thank you. I'm not an ally in that sense. I'm just a normal person who
I
judges
think
other
in the
people
end, that's
based
what they
around
want, right?
Apparently,
People
judge
treat them
people-
as
Yeah.
normal people.
judges people on the quality of their character, not what the fucking what is in between their legs. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I genuinely don't.
AI, what was your hot take? I don't think we have heard yours.
Oh gosh. It's perfectly fine to play like morally questionably dubious. Probably shouldn't have seen the light of day games because what people enjoy isn't what defines them as a person. Like there is some lines, but like just like if they like one thing, it doesn't make them automatically terrible. I mean, honestly, if some of the things I've played or read head to a lot of people would be really bad, but I come in with a different angle and I just see things a little differently. Yes, I have.
Nice. I respect you much more now. Oh god, if Berserk ever gets an actual anime, Twitter will lose their minds.
Oh, they already did actually.
I know.
They discovered Berserk on the day Miura died, and I was like, oh, it's a good thing that he died. He's probably he's such a bigot and such a yeah, you know, the usual.
Yeah, about that.
They called it gore porn, I think. It's like it's apparently something that has violence as the like struggle at their core is now called gore porn. Yeah.
But yeah,
I would.
Okay, I think that actually flows pretty well into my hot take.
Okay, what's
thank you.
Your hot take? I'm curious.
I think people who get not even like people who get offended and like personally affected by not real things like the fictional content are delusional in other ways.
Really?
Because it may be not even like that much of a hot take ultimately, but people who take fiction too seriously and talk about like fiction in a way, oh, she's so abused, or oh, he's so poor, we need to defend, like, about fictional characters. People who do that are delusional.
Yeah, so the types who would actually take the narrative abuse of a character far more seriously than actual abuse of real freaking people. That kind of
like
right?
People who scream about art on Twitter depicting lolly characters. People who scream about Berserk for being too violent. People who think books should not have that, should not have this. People who think that a story cannot happen if there's like people who go to play RPGs like TTRPGs and demand that they have be like and I read it's just from a random horror story, and demand that there will be no violence to animals because I am vegan. Like, fuck off.
You know, Observer?
You are a delusional fucking idiot.
Because you
are a delusional
nice.
Thank you. Meow. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Oh my god.
Anyway, the thing is, we must exercise as a people. We must exercise a certain separation from between content we consume and ourselves, because if we start getting affected by everything that happens thank you. Everything that thank you for covering up the nipple. If everything that we consume, if we take Berserk too seriously, not as a beautiful story about overcoming obstacles, if we do not allow people to have their hardships, if we do not allow fictional stories to have their hardships, their dark shit, if we always neuter it down into complete nothingness, stories will become boring.
I mean, they already are kind of boring. But
they already are boring.
So
the reason fucking Puss in Boots 2 is a good movie. Fucking Puss in Boots was a good movie because ultimately what happened with Puss in Boots was that he encountered an obstacle that he could not overcome. And that was a personification. And that became an obstacle. That became an inner journey. That became everything. Like even Disney movies recently, like those cartoons, they don't even have a villain in them. Like that Strange World, they don't have a villain. It's like everyone looked at Encanto, right? Everyone looked at Encanto, said this will work. Let's make that but soulless.
Hey, Ray, do you have your hot take? His hot take is Oh my gosh.
This might actually be a genuine hot take by today's standards,
Oh, no.
but I don't think the answer to diversity and inclusion is race swapping every character you can just because it checks a box.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
That is, I agree, but what the hell, dude? That's like fire right now.
Yeah, I
It's
know,
so
but
hot.
I need
like
to get that off my
burning.
chest.
You know what's bad if I have to say that? You know what I think? I feel like the people who do that just to have more diversity. This is new and fuck my original hot take. This is my new hot take. If you can't make a character and your only choice is to rechange an already existing character, you should not be writing. You should be doing something else. Period.
Yeah. You do not. You are not giving any new people representation. You are showing how much of a fucking hack you are.
You're not willing to create a new character that's actually interesting. You're more willing to change existing characters. Do I have to talk about the Velma show?
Oh god,
Do I have
and the
to
new
talk
Teenage
about
Mutant
it?
Ninja Turtles too.
Like the new ones too.
I-
Do I have to talk about this? That's my thing. They changed the characters, and you know what? They're worse
they made it
than
worse.
the last show. Mystery
Yes.
Inc. was better than the last one, and it's actually darker. It's
What is
a lot better.
the Ninja Turtle thing? What is the
Oh,
Ninja
no.
Turtle? I don't.
Have
I
you
don't
not
think
seen
I
the new
remember.
trailer? It's not great. It's not great in my opinion.
Yeah,
It's just it's,
yeah. Seth Rogen, in my opinion, is like the epitome of hack. Like in terms of,
Mutant Mayhem.
yes. It's not
yeah,
great.
that abomination.
My thing is they look too young, or like they sound and
Well-
look too young. You know, they're not teenagers. They look more like 15-year-olds. You are not sitting down on my chair with another chair right now. You are not doing that.
Let me look at this. Let me look at this. They kind of. I don't.
Yeah. Oh, what really kind of got me though
Oh,
about
no.
this new one is it honestly feels like they intentionally took or April O'Neil's character because she's always been portrayed as a woman capable of handling herself,
Yeah.
and they completely ripped that away from the character and intentionally just made her look like she
Hero.
needed the turtles to take care of herself. Like that's what I feel like Seth did with the character. And that does not sit well with me.
All I'm
Like-
gonna
Why does she,
oh, wait,
why
wait.
does she look like a
Wait.
fucking college student
Wait, wait.
that is too high
Yeah.
on crack every day?
You observer. Aya, did you have something to say, Aya?
Just gonna have my somewhat controversial take on this situation, but
Sure.
I think it can be done right because I think like I was very hesitant even when I saw the news. It was when there was actually talks of doing a new take on Hellblazer.
Help.
Um,
Oh,
yeah, John Constantine, and having John Constantine be a person of color. And for me, I thought it could work, but it had to be done in such a specific way because like the original Hellblazer comics was about how the politics of the time was impacting minority groups, and while the LGBTQ stuff that and other things related to it is less focused now, converting it to talk about and channeling those same ideas can work if you put in through a race and ethnicity.
Can I just say
No,
something?
I was gonna say
yeah.
one thing. What I was gonna say was the problem is when most characters think of a character, they think of how they usually look, and the most normal thing for John Constantine is he's a British white guy who's basically an asshole. The problem is it feels like they're just race swapping people just to race swap them for just diversity points. Literally,
Genuinely,
that's it.
I think the funniest thing about this whole April O'Neil situation is that the cartoon, the Nickelodeon's animated out in 2018, 2020, right? Rise of the Teenage Mutant Turtles. She was perfect.
Yeah, she was good. I was saying, she was
Yeah.
good.
She was black. She was everything. She was quick. She was tough. She fought alongside turtles. She did everything she could. Like she
Like,
was a
it's-
very supportive friend to the turtles. Here, she looks like she fucking ate too much fucking potatoes in her free time.
Exactly.
Let's put it this way: there's times they can do it right, But the problem is that they've done it wrong so much that anytime it's done, people automatically think they're just doing this to get some points on Twitter or anything else. So
Let's
they
make it
can.
look good.
So they.
What the fuck is this?
No. So basically, it's like, oh my gosh, we can't write something good. Let's change the characters to do something. That way, anyone who disagrees with how good the movie is, we can just lambast them on Twitter and anything else, like they did with Velma.
The thing is, it won't work. April O'Neil, because they literally made her black 2 years ago, and it worked. She was good.
It doesn't
Everyone
matter.
liked her.
It doesn't matter. They could say this was the big screen, not the small screen. You know?
No, it was a cartoon movie. It was cartoon.
It literally doesn't.
It had a movie. It had a movie in previous year, and it was a smashing success with animation levels I have never seen reached in a cartoon production recently. Like,
Honestly,
it was
yeah.
a smashing success.
I gotta say it was, but yeah, but no, that's my thing. That is my take on it. Is that it can be done well, but most of the time it's just done for points. That's my point. AI. What do you think on that?
Oh yeah, just doing it for points for me is something that frustrates me as someone who falls under multiple groups, and yeah, kind of feels more. Oh yeah.
I have a question for you.
Mhm.
My question for you specifically is: have you noticed that usually when they do this, the movie ends up being bad? So I feel like when that happens, I feel like it's creating a bit of a sense of to where if they do change the character, it's automatically gonna be bad to most people's minds. I feel like that's the sentiment right now.
Yeah, and I feel like part of that definitely has to do with the fact that people who aren't fans of the original thing, the original property, gets hands on the property, and then they don't understand what's the draw.
I could talk about Star Wars with that. Talk to Ryan Johnson.
Oh,
I want to
God.
slap him.
Got Rian Johnson. I still want to smack
Let's
him
not
upside
go to
the damn
Ryan
head.
Johnson. I don't want to talk about Star Wars, especially The Last
Yeah.
Jedi. I want to slap the shit out of Ryan Johnson for that one. Like, he's not bad at directing when it comes to like his own movies, but you give him an existing property like he doesn't know anything about, which he literally said, I don't know what Star Wars is, I've never really seen it before. I want to slap the shit out of him.
Yeah, to me, I completely agree with the Star Wars side of that. My version of that is, God, the Star Trek handling by Bad Robot.
Yep, let's not go into that. There's been, let's put it frank, because I'm pretty sure we are going to say this. All the existing properties in the last, I'd say 5 to 6 years, have all had, I'm gonna say the last almost 8 years, most of the products being made by existing companies have all been shit. I guess say it. Most of the existing properties have been shit recently. Star Wars with the new sequel trilogy, started on episode 7 wasn't bad, Episode 8 screwed the pooch. Episode 9 was trying to save the pooch, only to screw it even more. Freaking Star Trek's, the whole Star Trek, deck things, and the new Star Trek series wasn't great either. And the new Lord of the Rings was awful. It's just they're not making anything good.
I think with Star Trek, the only one I will defend is Picard.
I can see a little bit.
I'll respectfully debate on Picard. Just as I think they actually ended the show in the first season, and everything after that is Picard's death throes. But that's just my opinion on that.
For me, I just come in. It's written more for the perspective of the older generation that grew up with the next generation, so it's aimed story-wise for them.
Yeah,
they knew their audience they wanted.
I guess, but yeah, you get what I mean. It's just more the fact of you guys could debate Star Trek. I'm not a big Star Trek guy, but I do like Lord of the Rings and all this stuff, and I know they've screwed the pooch on most everything.
Lord of the Rings, I
Indiana
will.
Jones too. Poor Indiana Jones.
Oh no, Indiana Jones. I feel so bad for what they're gonna do with that.
Yeah.
But you know what? I say, because I think that was Eero's question, I say we go on to the audience questions. In our audience, you guys get to ask these lovely people any question you wish.
What is your question, Chat?
What is your question, chats? Ans Golem still makes me nauseous. Yes, he does. I can say this. Golem is unsettling but tragic. I guess that's the best way to put him. He's unsettlingly tragic. If you were Iskander into SCP universe, which side are you on? Ooh.
SCP universe?
Oh, you don't know what
follow.
SCP is, do you? Let me explain. So in
No.
SCP, it's called Secure, Contain, Protect, and that is basically where the SCP Foundation is. The SCP Foundation keeps in all these monsters, eldritch horrors, all this stuff. They're basically the guys. They're like Acme, but the difference is they keep all monsters in and try to contain and not make sure they don't go on a rampage. Then there's the Chaos faction who just wants to kill, who wants to sell them as weapons. And then there's the Global Occult Coalition, which goes around killing all these monsters. They're basically monster hunters. But yeah, honestly, I gotta do a lore dump so everyone knows what it is. Lore dump from Psy. Gosh, you know what you need to do, Observer? You need to go into your show and you need to make a show called Lore Dump where you talk about lore for an hour. That's actually a really good idea for you. But yeah. Wait, you do?
I will.
Oh, nice. But no, that's my thing. It's SCP Foundation. What the fuck? SCP Foundation is literally just a. Do you want to kill the monsters? Do you want to secure and contain them, or do you just want to sell them off? Those are the factions, the main factions.
Mhm.
So, what do you guys choose?
I want to be on the SCP side.
The SCP side? Okay.
Yeah, there's pretty interesting creatures there.
There are pretty interesting creatures. Also, the two
Sorry,
monsters.
sorry. I was reading something, and someone put in the comment pointed out my feelings about this thing. This April looks like Velma.
Wait. Oh, wait.
God.
Anybody has another question we'll get to after this one.
Yeah.
So, what do you choose, AI?
Like,
I would probably say Secure and Protect. There is unique. There's things that I don't know the universe, but it's a different. There's so much we don't know how things interact, and just handling something without knowing is just a recipe for disaster.
Honestly, yes. I'd be secure. I'd be SCP, but more of I'd want to be one of those kill squads. But just keep me away from some of them. I'd rather just watch over the tickle monster.
Also, a profile picture update. Thank you, Era.
Okay,
Really
Ray, what do you
great to
choose?
Look at my Twitter right now.
oh my god.
Without knowing more about just based on the overview you gave me, I would want to be in a position where I could study them. I play Summoner in Final Fantasy XIV, so that would be a very fascinating thing for me to study.
So yeah, you'd be secure, contain, protect. What about you, Observer? What do you choose?
In terms of universes, good question.
I choose SCP. What do you choose? Do you choose Chaos Foundation where you just sell them off, or do you choose the Global Coalition where you just murder them on sight?
I choose.
So many cute SCPs.
Don't.
There's one that makes you so happy.
That's
all the
probably,
time.
I think that's the tickle monster.
Yeah.
Just
I
don't.
think
Wondertainment,
it's
actually.
that one.
What?
Wondertainment.
No, screw you.
Wondertainment.
Screw you.
Why?
Because you make toys that are evil.
No, not necessarily. No, there is SCPs made by Wondertainment that actually are not dangerous at all and are just kind of fascinating.
Yeah,
Very
you
interesting.
get to choose. That's what you do. You could probably just be the evil guy making the weird weapons. You could make a water gun that shoots 50 caliber bullets.
I just think the concept of reality bender who creates weird and wacky toys to be very interesting. And actually, I was considering to make my design a bit more inspired by this initially. So
Call the SCP Foundation. We need to get this one secured.
can't catch me, bitch.
Just tackles you. Get over here.
You're like
But no.
you're like half of my size, I think. How you tackled me?
With forks.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'll be good. I'll be good.
But no, we go to the next question. How do you guys deal with harassment? I'll let Observer go first.
You harass them back.
What? You sort of will.
You respond if possible, if you have the sensibility for it. Usually, either responding with mockery or kindness. Usually confuses the person who expects anger. Like if you respond with anger, it most likely will escalate. If you look at Pippa, right? That's a prime example of recent attempted harassment. And then you look at Pikami, right? What Pikami did, understandably, because she's the way she is as a person, she backed down, she apologized, and she disappeared. Because she's like, obviously it's very hard to deal with, right?
Yeah.
Even after years and years and years, if you're not a very specific person, it's very exhausting to deal with internet dogpiling. It's very hard. It's very exhausting. So most people would prefer not to. In contrast, Pippa did the smart thing, what she was capable of doing, and then she decided to make fun of all of them. She doubled down. She made fun of all of them. She showed complete and flippant straight and in direct opposition to even pretending that she was affected by it.
She would acknowledge it,
Like-
basically. She'd be like, oh my gosh. Oh well, let's go on.
Yeah. Oh no. Anyway, that was basically her reaction. Oh no. Anyway,
How do you...
and that's why, and that's ideal scenario, right? That's the ideal scenario. You have the capacity as a person to respond to this kind of situation in a oh no anyway, because
Yeah. I'm just curious how you respond to it personally.
ultimately they can't do anything to you. They really can't.
AI, what do you do?
Well, I would normally that impacts me a little bit, so I'll sit out of the situation and try to separate myself from it, think about it a little bit, and just judge, depending on the situation and what's going on, how to respond depending on that. So if it's like someone making some sort of so if it's something like more or like relating to something that defines part of me, I'll be like, okay, maybe you sit down, try to have a discussion type of thing, but keep it short, simple. If it's just pure harassment and just block, they're going to have their opinions and you can't just change anything.
Yeah, I think ultimately speaking, what happened to me, right? I was frequently on Roll20, right? I have a Roll20 account that is also titled The Observer because, anonymity and the such. And I applied for a game, right? I applied for a game. Sometimes I produce very edgy characters. For the sake of being able to bring conflict and being able to kind of have this strife and further development of the group and maybe even redeem the darker aspects of my character eventually, right? Because that's interesting. That's what I find interesting. She was a necromancer and basically everything. And then this person who was a GM, right? They went out of the way to find my channel while I was streaming, and I was alive by then. And then they went on a whole fucking rant in my channel, my chat, about how maybe next time consider writing someone who isn't, and I quote, desecrating the sacred dead about someone or something like that. And then they clipped me responding to that by laughing, and I laughed at it, obviously. And they clipped me saying, "Oh, he's molding. I still have that clip, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Do you listen to that in your sleep? You sound like a guy who'd do that.
Yeah, I still have that clip, and I laughed at it, obviously.
Wasn't I there when... Oh, yeah, apparently anybody was there when that happened.
Yeah, anybody was there, and that is the situation. I think I personally deal with by laughter, and laughter is just like what I was amused more than anything. But this person really did not like my amusement by it, so they decided to clip it and frame it as they're molding. Let me actually find the clip. I need to find this in the clip how it's called, because they went out of the way to even title it. Because nobody fucking titles my clips. They called it molding question mark exclamation point.
Okay.
Molding.
Okay. Ray, how do you usually tackle these situations?
Well, it depends on where I'm at in situation, because if it's aimed at me, if I find it genuinely hilarious, I like I got plenty of tweets as an example. I will take a screenshot of it and I will turn it into content, absolutely roasting it and picking it apart.
Oh, nice.
I was too tired to pick it apart, so I didn't. I just let it go.
Just like I said, if I can turn it into content, I will, just because I literally don't give a crap if someone doesn't like me. I realize I'm not going to be like everyone's cup of tea. That's just I'm
not going to be everyone's cup of joe.
That's just the reality of life. I get that. I think most content creators do. Okay. But in Silver Rail's situation, however, because I related to that on such a deep level, like, that's when I'm going to jump into the fray.
I feel like we're going to be talking about this for the next year.
Well, so this is just my reason. I'm not going to go to like the.
Oh, I know. It's just more the fact that it's been a literal topic for like what 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's been like a topic for. I know, but it's been like example. I know, but it's been there for like 4 months. It's been like no, not even 4 months. It's been there for like a month now, and I'm like.
Yeah, because for you, an observer, you guys are always there, but for new people, it's something that bothers them all the time.
Yeah, I know.
I said, I believe me. Again, I'm kind of glad that whole situation's finally dying down.
Is it though?
The whole reason. Silver Rail, I'm actually in her Discord. She doesn't even talk about it anymore. She just does her own thing. She does not.
I need to get into Silver Rail's Discord.
So, I can't be there. I don't really do well in the populated sort of servers.
Oh yeah, I'm right there with you. Actually, I'm actually one of the supporter tiers, so I actually get like a more cozy chat that actually interacts with her more directly. So it's a really nice subset of the Discord. Like it's genuinely nice.
Oh, either way. Let's get back to it. Oh no, sorry, you were finished. Sorry.
But the reason I jumped into that is because I have been bullied to the point Silver Rail was at where she was crying just over something she loved. As I was made fun of for like in Power Rangers as a kid, like in Sailor Moon and anime, just the whole 9 yards.
Oh no.
And when I saw that, I was just like, oh no, hell no, you assholes ain't getting to do this, or I can say something. Like I'm throwing my hands. And then when I said my piece, I'm done. There's the mute button.
How do you usually handle it?
Are we just talking about harassment on Twitch specifically, or in general?
How do you usually handle it?
Well, I think setting boundaries is the first step before you assume that people are doing it on purpose or something. You just say your boundaries, like make it clear what is acceptable and not acceptable for you, and what will not tolerate. And then if they keep going, then you start doing the next step. That, for example, on Twitch, it can be like timeout, ban, wherever. But in real life, you could like document stuff, like what is going on. So if you need to report to someone, like authorities, like, I don't know, if you are in the school, for the school authorities, if you are at work, whatever, report, you take documentation of everything, and then you report to whoever can deal with it. I'm talking about like serious things, not just, oh, this guy, I don't like him. No. Like if it's like a serious harassment, then you need to report about it. Seek support as well, therapies, friends, family, and take care of yourself as well. If you need to take time out for yourself, do it. Don't be afraid of it, stuff like that.
For me, I usually do like a 3-strike thing. Mean to me once, timeout. Mean to me twice, another bigger timeout. Mean to me a third time, instantaneous ban. That's how I deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I don't
Yeah,
really
don't-
get too much. Surprisingly.
First time I say give the benefit of the doubt, explain your rules and your boundaries,
Yeah.
and see how it goes. For example, I had people that they started the wrong step, then I told them my boundaries and they stopped.
Nice. But yeah. So, I think we will really discuss that. Let's see, what's the last topic? Oh yeah. Oh wait, wrong button. The final topic of the night. So, everyone has been doing this recently, or at least some of the big ones have been doing this recently, VTuber concerts. Have you seen them? Heard of them? Or
VTuber what?
Oh,
VTuber
Iron
concerts.
Mouse is beautiful.
Nonsense?
Concerts. Like
Mm.
singing ones. Like
I was
they're
like,
getting
oh,
like they're getting like 3D models and then doing like 3-dimensional concerts and everything like that, and I'm like,
what-
okay.
I think I saw that.
I
the
have
other
never
day.
seen one.
From
It
the,
sounds like it'd be fun to be in one. And now my question
the shark
is,
girl from Hololive. I forgot the name.
so no, my question for you is this: would you ever go see one, and if possible, would you ever like to be in one?
I mean, isn't kind of like we already do sometimes like karaoke's and stuff, but it's a more professional
It's like a
karaoke.
more professional karaoke, yeah.
I already see some people doing karaoke, so why not? Like, if it was someone that I already know, not like random people. And by random people, I mean the corporate as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was like server doing, Link's doing, someone that I already know and have like a bond with, I would see it.
Because I seen them do like I seen a lot of the big ones actually just do music as well. I was like, oh, that sounds kind of fun. Why not? And I was just curious if anyone else had ever heard of it, because I've never heard of a VTuber concert until now, and apparently they've been going on for a while now.
Oh yeah, it's huge in the VR space. Like they're full of nightclubs and everything.
Oh yeah, I've been to one, but I haven't
but
like
me
I didn't know
pers-
VTubers did like full on like areas of it where they sell out seats and shit.
Yeah, I personally would love to do one of those, even though I can't sing, but I'm definitely a musician. I play saxophone, alto, and soprano, and I actually did concert band as a kid, and yeah, I absolutely loved it. I was actually a first seat alto in my middle school band for a while.
Nice.
So something like that is like, if I could do that, like, oh my god, I would just jump at the chance. Truly, I would.
Nice. Honestly, that does sound cool. I thought of the idea of it. I was like, oh, I'd jump on that. That'd be kind of cool. But no, it's just, one of those things I never realized. And it's like, oh, I wonder if they thought about it, or what if they thoughts about it, all that stuff. Observer, what do you think?
Well, I guess every opportunity, if it comes along, we're in a business that we don't really get super many opportunities too much. And if you're passionate about it, I think I would take it to this opportunity. If I were to I don't know. I always wanted to try to record a few things, to do stuff, to kind of like do musical stuff too. I'm gonna.
I know, I plan on it too, trust me. But it's worth the fact, have you ever been to one of them as well?
I don't think I've been to a lot of concerts.
Because the way they make it sounds like it's like a concert, but with like a big screen, if that makes any sense. That,
No, it's basically okay. VTuber concerts, live concerts, are basically the same thing they do with Hatsune Miku productions and Vocaloid productions. They don't have screens. Rather, they utilize a very advanced hologram section thing. So you have actual 3D models dance around the stage. Same thing. There's many companies who have the technology to provide necessary capture and necessary equipment to produce these kinds of 3D models, and they can have pretty fluid movement. I watched several concerts. I admit I watched the 2020 live, Hololive 2020's live, which happened at the end of 2020. I think it did not involve a young branch, but they did kind of like, hello, we exist.
Okay, I've never really seen one, so I can't comment on anything.
It's,
And Honey Bunny,
it's
apparently,
actually a standard concert.
Apparently, Honey Bunny has made a collab thing, so that's cool. AI, what do you think? Have you ever been to one? Have you ever seen one? Would you ever be in one?
I mean, I haven't seen any proper. I would actually not mind going. I bought the stuff for the fictional idol group concert, so it's not that far.
I have a question, by the way. Every time you talk, your things seem to jiggle. Is that like a thing preset?
I have to
I'm just
fix it.
curious.
I know I don't know why it
The
just.
eyes.
Yeah, I think I set those settings when it was like 2 in the morning.
Oh no.
Yes. The bodacious titties are moving to hypnotize the subject of one's talking.
You know, one of these days I'm gonna get cancelled, and then you just gotta look through hot takes to realize why. Oh gosh.
The bodacious booba is moving in accordance to
Oh my gosh.
AI making a point.
Yes. But no, I think that was all my topics. I don't really have anything else unless anyone wants to ask one last question.
It's lovely that we ended on booba.
Yes, it's lovely to meet up, Puma. Question.
Yes.
Yes.
What is
Big or
better,
small
being a
Puma?
bottom, a top, or a switch?
You know what? That's fine. We'll go with arrows. Are you bottom, top, or switch?
No, I'm not
Switch.
asking if you guys
No,
are
no,
that.
no,
I'm
I know,
asking
I
what
know,
is
no, no.
best.
No, we're asking that question now. My question, then your question. Yo. So, what are you, Ray?
Me? Oh, you know I'm a switch.
Bullshit, I think you're a bottom.
Speaking of you,
No, I'm just saying. Observer, what are you?
Switch.
Bullshit, you're a bottom. AI, what are you?
Switch.
No,
Ray,
bullshit, you're a
silence is
bottom.
projecting really
Hero,
hard
what
there.
are you?
yep, he's showing me. He's not facing me.
I'm mostly a top. It's
Bullshit, you're a bottom.
very
I'm
rare
on the
occasions
top
of
here.
being a switch.
Like honestly, I feel like silence
can't
is
keep that up with a
projecting
straight
hard
face.
today.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
hard,
it
man.
is. I mean, and do you remind the host what happened last time I was on? Just a straight up bullied.
No, but I even did the test things as well, and it's said exactly what I said as well.
So
that,
everyone
it was
here
a
is
higher chance of top.
switch. So AI is a switch.
Except for you.
Switch. Top, bottom. Oh, god dang it.
Yeah, you're the only
Okay,
bottom
my
here.
little bottom.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. We appreciate the way you are.
I like
we
bottom
respect- we-
stylings, if you wanna try.
Yep, we respect the bottoms.
Yeah.
We
Because
respect
without
the
bottoms, there would not be tops.
Ah.
Yes.
But no. So yeah, any other
I
questions?
think I had a question in my brain somewhere.
What is your question?
I had a topic somewhere, but it literally couldn't dissipated into the ether for some reason.
The ether.
Yeah. I was like, I think I know a situation or something that happened, and I'm like, into like trying to scroll if I can see it or if I reply to any of it. I was like, let me see. Okay, give me a moment. False ID. I need you.
Wait, why are you what? All the stuff I got was some false ID.
That's it.
No, I just need to check if there was a situation there.
Don't all the situations I got there. Okay. AI, do you have any last topics?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Well, I think, since I don't think anyone really has the last topic, I think it's time we raid out to someone, honestly.
Yeah, it's fine. Then yeah.
Let's see. Who's on? Does anyone have suggestions of who to raid?
Let me see. Oh, there is that Timp. There is a bottom. He's cool.
Let's see.
Well, there is Dr. Punica on.
Dr. Punika's on?
Punika is on, yeah. Punik.
Could use some viewers, I
Yeah,
guess.
let's go. I haven't rated Dr. Punika. I wanted to do a stream with her, but I just never found the
Art.
time.
They are doing art at the moment.
Okay, I am misspelling her name.
DRPUNICA.
Oh, there it is. Oh, she's doing art. Nice.
Ooh, that's always a good thing.
Art is always a good thing. Honestly, it really is. But I want to thank everyone for being here, and I will see you all next time for next week's Hot Takes,
Thank
which
you,
I don't
Alex, for
know.
hosting.
Yes, thank you for being here on such short notice as well. Thank you, everyone, and I thank you, AI, for joining. Honestly, I hope you enjoyed your first time on here. But for right now, I will say goodbye to you all and see you later. Shop's closed, and I'm not a piece of shit.